Lot of you started. We've got the New York Excelsior against the Shanghai Dragons, and this is the first week we're gonna see some Echo gameplay, and I'm really excited about this. I think Echo is an extremely strong character. I think she'll break open the meta a lot, and I think she'll see a lot of play, especially this weekend we're in right now. Next weekend she might even be banned. Yeah, this match is gonna be crazy. So let us get straight into this first map. Control center. We don't expect to see dive, right? It's a very enclosed area. There's not too much room to breathe, especially for like Winston and Diva. So you see Rhine comps here a lot because it's very close. You generally walk up to the main area here, and then if you see a dive comp backline, you just speed into them as a Rhine comp. It's really, really strong. So you won't see too much dive on a map like this. That doesn't mean you won't see any dive later. But I have not seen this match before. I know who won the maps. I know NYXL did really good the first two maps, and then Shanghai Dragon came back. So yes, let us watch this first map right here, and instantly the Mei here getting a really good wall for NYXL. They walled off the enemy Mei Lip here, making it so he can't help, right? And interestingly enough, we see Lip Ding on DPS here for Dragons. This really signals to me that their Echo player is Ding, who is also their Pharah player, right? He was kind of regarded as a Pharah one trick before. So if he can add Echo to his pool, that's really great. Vertical mobility is very important for Echo players. I think she is a lot faster than Pharah, but some of the aspects are the same, right? Not every aspect. And then instantly Lip gets walled off, so it's hard for him to help his main tank. Nice wall from Libero. Now, wall from Lip comes out. That's a really good counter wall. Libero is on top of it though, so that's really, really good. But he does end up dying. A good job from Dragons to be able to keep Fearless alive there. And you can see on the Dragons comp, they have a lot more poke, right, than the NYXO comp. So if fights go very long, then their comp is really looking good, right? Because then the Zarya can get energy. The Echo does a lot of poke damage. And she has that execute ability. And the Baptiste does a lot more poke damage in the Moya, right? This NYXL comp is really a rush comp in the sense that you have to win fights fast against this Dragon comp. Otherwise, you're going to get outvalued. Now, they are still in the thick of things, even though Manos did. Good freeze there from Libero. They end up killing Void. And expect in this VOD review, we're going to swap over to the Echo POV a lot because she is the new character. I've seen some scrims of her, but I don't know everything about her, right? But yes. Okay, so Mano's been able to come back in. Now, this is kind of the advantage of running a Moira, right, over a lot of these other characters, because Moira ult builds extremely quickly, as fast as Bap ult, as you can see. But Bap ult is nowhere near as good as Moira ult in this comp. So Jonak getting his ult up, Mano being able to come back in, and Void ending up dying there is kind of what screws the Shanghai over here, because they did have a very, very good start. So let's see what happens to Void. He's already dead right here. Okay, so Fearless ends up getting frozen, and Sabiobi's ints on Void. Void ends up dying to Sabiobi and Hotba. So very good commit, right? Because once the Zarya gets that high charge, she is a fucking menace to deal with. Zarya at start of fights doesn't do that much because she's always low energy, needs to use her bubbles first. But once like the mid fight gets going and she's like 80% energy, beaming people, it is very annoying to deal with her. Let's watch some Echo gameplay too. Echo does not have some sort of super jump. It got nerfed out. You can still do the shift because it gives you a burst of mobility at the start, right? And then you can cancel it, but you'll just float like normal, I believe. So yeah, you can see, especially against a comp like this, you can kind of play it like fair, where going for the flank because he has that shift up. D.Va's pretty good against Echo because you can kind of cut her off like this. I don't really like how Ding didn't like shift back to his team as soon as Hotba started flying. But this is the strength of Echo, right? That execute beam. I think the execute beam is so strong, and Hotba knows as soon as he's half HP he's gotta run, right? Like a fair, I could never take that duel, and that's why I think Echo is like really strong, because she can eviscerate squishies, but she's also really good against tanks. Okay. Get off the Echo POV again. Dragons did end up losing that fight because of the coalescence from Jonak. They do have that Echo ult though, and this is the second super strong part about Echo. I feel like the ult is insane, especially if you can copy someone like Mei. Like those copies are so good because then you can cuck the Rein so hard. The cooldowns are very high impact, right? You can like wall, it has a 13-second cooldown, but you get another wall just because you turn into Echo. It's the same for like Winston, where you can just get bubble. You have your ult. Ult's really high impact too. I feel like in this comp for Ding, Mei, Reaper, Reinhardt, and maybe even D.Va are all super good copies for him. So, especially Mei, I feel like is such a good copy because you built the ult so fast, and the freeze is really good. And if you get in danger, you can still have that shift too. You think Beam punishes healers too much? So I think in Overwatch for the longest time, right, burst healing and just healing has been super OP. And I feel like Echo kind of counters healing like really hard because as soon as a character gets to half HP, and you start beaming them, the healing doesn't matter anymore a lot of the time. Unless you have like trance level healing, the damage is so high. So you as a team kind of need to play around that half HP threshold, right? And you need to make sure people are constantly topped up. With Echo stickies, if he shoots it on a Rein shield, can Rein drop the stickies like pulse bomb? Yes, I believe so. Rein can just drop them, same for Brig. We'll probably see that interaction somewhere here. But let's look at how and where Ding decides to ult, okay? Oh, we can maybe see it here. Yeah, so I'll give you examples straight away. They stuck mono shield. He dropped them by dropping his shield right here, right? So you can drop the Echo stickies. Okay. So is he gonna ult the Mei or the Reinhardt? Go for the Mei, Ding. Come on. Oh, he's not ulted yet. Team's winning the fight, I guess. Oh, he's gonna go Reinhardt. And he pins Mono. See, Echo's ridiculous, and now he has Shatter too. Boom. Look at him. He's so alpha. He got Shatter before his own Rein Shatter. Look, there's 2 Reinhardts in my game. That's crazy, right? So yeah, Echo Ult mega strong. It's a big reason why you'd want to pick her, and the execute is also a super strong part of her kit. So we'll keep trying to highlight Echo gameplay as this goes on. But he is super strong. Fearless goes for the shatter, gets blocked off by his own Mei. Oh no, he handle. Was he gonna hit the shatter? That is the question. I think Mano was gonna block it either way. B comes out from Animo. He actually built that really quickly because he was able to stay alive the entire last fight, and NYXL was always grouped while Dragons are more split often, and Izuyaki's doing more of the healing. Also more poke damage from Ding. So Beat comes out extremely fast. Grab on Mono comes out. That's a pretty bad grab. Why does Void decide to grab here? Wait. Okay, so Hoppa's Matrix goes down. He sees it, but then he just throws it in like really deep. Maybe if he had thrown it like right here, could have gotten 3 people. But either way, the enemy team had Beat on them. So I think you'd want to wait out the Beat and then grab. But he's probably pressured by the defense matrix usage from Hoppa. So yeah, NYXL's probably winning this fight. They also had a good wall. Oh, Mei ult comes out from Lip. But it does miss everybody. Zoning Mei ult. Fearless gets a pin on Mano. And Fearless has been like insane on Ryan. He slapped gesture around on Seoul, and now he's doing pretty good against Mano. I do end up losing the fight though, because again, Coalescence really strong ult. Hey Lewis. And Ding will probably get out here. He is going to do more spamming for his ult, which is super important on Echo. He's getting that ult quickly. The Baptiste ult comes out from Izuyaki. But again, the Dragon's comp doesn't do too much with Baptiste ult. They can fire strike through it, which is good. They can Mei right click, potentially Echo left click. I don't think the right click, the impact damage is affected, but not the explosion damage. They can shoot with Izuyaki, they can shoot Lee Jagon, but it's not like they have like Orisa pulls and stuff to combo with the Baptiste ult. Mei ult comes out from Libero. Oh. Mono getting lasered right now, and as you guys can see, the beam damage also affects shields, which is mega good, right? You can burst Ryan shields like really quick just with the beam. You see enemy shields at half HP. Because beam doesn't even have that high a cooldown, it's like 8 seconds. Using it on that, it's not bad at all. Oh, Echo ult again. He's gonna get frozen now though. I feel like Mei copy can be really good too. But Ding is going to get frozen. He is still going to get shattered though. He's shattering no, he's getting bullied by 2 Reinhardts. I feel so bad. Nice wall from Libero actually. Still ends up dying. Ding kind of turns the fight again with his ultimate. Jesus. NYXL did get to 99. Oh! Animo beats. Mano's already dead and Sabiobi is not here yet. So they are in a 6v4. Jonak does have his ult though. Interesting. Lip also has his Mei ult. So Shanghai should not lose this. Appa eats it though. Ooh, that's a classic Mei error right there. Mei ult's not like Zarya ult, right? It's very easy to react to on sound as D.Va in comparison. So if you just throw it like long range like that, it's pretty easy for Appa to eat. I think Lip, he's low health here, so I get why he's like pressured, right? And it's also maybe last fight for them. But it would have probably been better to go for the freeze onto Hoppa and then maybe ult. Or waiting out the DM when it's on cooldown and then throw it. Or even use his wall, right? And then throwing his Mei ult into the wall so you can't DM it. There's a few ways you can avoid it. You'd rather not use the wall for this, but it's better than getting it eaten. Shifts. Oh, nice wall from Libero again. He kind of traps Fearless in there with him. Oh no. Fearless says, I'm not trapped in here. You're trapped anywhere in me. Fights a mess all over the place, but because the Excelsior support ults, especially Jonak, has gotten so much value out of his Moira ults, they are going to clean up this fight. Mano comes back in. He ends up slapping kids. Yeah. And I think we emphasize that, you know, a control center map like this is a super strong map for Reinhardt. But on like a Gardens map, maybe later on, I'm not sure what map is next. It is Gardens. We could see a lot more dive, yes. And so we're seeing the Dragons roll out on a comp I was kind of expecting at the start of last week. If you were watching my hero ban discussion thing, which we do at the end of every week after the last game of WoW, after the hero bans are announced, you see that I predicted the meta to mostly be Echo, Tracer, Winston, D.Va, and then the Zen Brig, right? I think the Zen Brig support line in particular matches super well with the Echo because you can orb and armor pack her, and she can be like super aggressive because of that. I also think it synergizes with characters like Samba and Tracer. In the Asian region in general, we see so much more Samba than in the Western region. So yeah, I think this Dragon comp is really strong, especially on maps like Gardens, right, where it's so open. Chat here asks, do you think Zen Brig is better than Mercy Pocket for Echo? I don't think Mercy Pocket for Echo is that great because I don't think Mercy is that great of a character on her own, right? Her damage boost is pretty good, but she can only affect one character with it. While if you look at somebody like Brig, they can armor pack someone, but they can also heal the rest of the team, right, while doing it and peel for other people. So I just don't think Mercy as a character is that great unless you can get consistent value out of her res, which against good teams I don't feel you should be able to get. You can res Pharahs a lot, yes, but I also don't think Echo has the same aerial mobility Pharah has. So I don't think the Echo Mercy pairing that has been going around that much is that great in Overwatch League. Just because I don't feel Mercy as a character is that great. I also don't think she pairs with Echo as well as people are saying. I think characters like Zen and Brig are pairing better with Echo right now. Okay, let us continue. Let's look at some of the Echo gameplay here. You'll see NYXL take a lot more of the space because they have Lucio in their comp, right? So they get to speed out a lot earlier. They're also already taking the bridge of the Shanghai Dragons here. This start isn't looking too great. Also, a really good nade from Jonak. Hits Fearless and Lee Jae-gon. Lee Jae-gon's just gonna die here. I think. Did Dragons TP out? Oh yeah, they did. Okay. Okay, fair enough. DJ gone. I think rotating to over here is a bad move. They should probably stay on the bridge or on the other side. He's very vulnerable here to the Lucio speed, right? Jonak hits a Knight and Aid. That will seal the deal for this fight. Brig gets very easily ran over by like Reinhardt. If you have Reinhardt on the enemy team, you need to play pretty safe with Brig, in my opinion. So good start here for the NYXL. I think they should try to keep the orb on Ding and then put the armor packs onto the Sombra. Oh wow, the turret didn't die there. That's crazy. He hit it twice and then he also right clicked it. Oh! He nearly kills CBOB with the beam. Okay. So Dinger's doing a really good job of putting pressure on Tomato, right? And that's that Discord orb plus Echo damage synergy, I feel. Like Discord orb works really well because Echo has a very easy time shooting targets that the rest of the team is also shooting. Thing here on the Echo doing a good job focusing Mano out with the Discord orb, flying above him so it's hard for him to eat shots, right? Repair packs better for heal or armor? I think it depends. I think on flankers it's oftentimes better for the armor. You'd preferably like to get both the heal and some of the armor, right? But I think for characters like Tracer and Sombra and Echo maybe even, using it for the armor super good. Now on characters like tanks, probably better to go for the healing, right? If you do need to use the armor pack on them, you'd rather use it on the flankers. And then you want to pre-armor pack him, but if he gets dove, you also want to heal him. But it really depends on the situation. I wouldn't always armor pack or always heal pack. Okay, we're spamming. Ding goes over for the flank. He does a pretty good job dueling Libero here. Libero presses that E though. Super strong. Ding kind of messes up. Also, it's weird that the Shanghai Dragons aren't putting more resources into Ding right now. I feel like if you're going to play Echo like this, right, you'd want to kind of keep the Harmony orb on her and then kind of have the tanks play more safe. But I feel like they're not putting a lot of resources into Ding at all. Maybe he's going to get the orb here. He really should. Yes, there you go. Mano again is discorded. EMP comes out for Lip. And this is like that strength of the Dragons comp, I feel. I feel like they have really impactful, high quality ultimates. Like, you look at EMP. Super good ult. Can win team fights on its own. He's just hit a free man EMP, right? You look at Echo ult. Mega good. We've just seen how good it is on like Reinhardt. Here you could also copy Diva and Reaper. All good copies. Tank ults are just good, right? Fine. Not too much better than Excel tank ults. But then the support ults too. You've got Transcendence, which is one of the best support ults. And then you've also got the Rally, which is just fight winning on its own, right? So like Dragons ults are really good here. Them losing the first fight's a shame. But if they can retake with EMP like this, that's good. They are also going to Transcendence though. So Biobi comes in here with the beat and the nano. You probably want to copy Sabiobi here maybe. Just because Reaper's pretty good copy in my opinion. Fight's still going on. Both divas have been traded. Ding goes for the copy onto Echo here. Do Echoes not have owl skins on? Oh, I guess not. When they transform, they only become the team's color, maybe, but not the skin. Guess not. Or do you just mean the Echoes in general? Wait, we'll check that out in a bit. But Ding TP's in. Dude, he's wrecking shit. He's already got his ult. Okay, Echoes is herself. I don't think she has owl skin on, no. No Echo owl skin yet. Okay. Dragon's still not out of the woods yet here, though. Both their supports have died. Izayaki was able to build a lot of his trance back up, actually. Thing ends up killing Sabiobi too. So now probably the Shanghai Dragons win this, but not before NYXL get the 99%. Oh, Mono comes back in. Just gonna have to throw out the old VJ Gon dies again. VJ Gon is not having too good of a time on the brig. He's taken this whole 99% to finally build his brig ult. And if you look at a map like Gardens too, it's a super hard map to retake, right? Because you basically two retake paths. You can either go here or you can go over here. And both these paths have in common that you can shoot them for a long time before they even get to, you know, go right. Why is my thing so? Yeah, before they even get to the place to engage, you can spam them for a long time, right? Before they get there. And as the defending team, you have the opportunity to, you know, engage on the enemy team wherever you want. So if you're a team like NYXL, where you have Reinhardt, you can stuff chokes like this super hard, right? You could like hold right inside of here, take the fight right here. But if you are a team like the Dragons, you definitely want to play it a lot slower, and probably fight on the point because you are the dive comp, right? So you want to spam the enemy team during rotation, farm your Echo ult. And that is that defender's advantage. Like you saw the NYXL hold right up at the choke that Dragons was trying to come through. But now Dragons get the opportunity to do exactly the opposite, right? And hello, Jay Walker. Yes, I do have access to the LVODs in the viewer. Okay, so Izayaki trances. Lee Jagon again having a rough time, ends up dying before the fight even starts. Let's watch his POV real quick. That's really bad because he had Brig ult, and Brig ult's like mega good, so you'd probably want to pop this Brig ultimate before the fight even starts if you're going to try and use it. Oh, and Lip gets slept out of EMP. Oh boy. That is bad. Jonak living up to his Season 1 MVP status again. He goes for the EMP and he gets slept. Wow. That is crazy. Yeah, Lip comes out of the invisibility, I think maybe a little early, and he tries to get both the front line of the NYXL and the back line. But I don't know if even if this EMP would have went off, it would have been very good, because you see how NYXL is already kind of hiding over here. Maybe Libero would have gotten hit, but again, Torbjorn getting hit is not that big of a deal. Appa maybe would have gotten hit, but Mono definitely would not have gotten hit. Maybe Sibiobi would have gotten hit. But really nice sleep from Lip. I feel like if you want to ult like this, maybe just do it on point and just get the front line here. If they thought that Animo had beat here, then you maybe shouldn't EMP at all, right? Because then Animo has to keep hiding with the beat. But this was ambitious EMP. Nice sleep from Jonak. And then Mono comes in, shatters, and that's why Lee Jae-gon gets pinned. So I know Lee Jae-gon could block the shatter with his own shield, but he's not able to do so. Oh, because Mono just comes out of nowhere, kind of jumps forward, just barely gets out of the Winston bubble. And then Izayaki tries to Transcendence to block the pin. Barely doesn't do it. That is rough. Wow, that's such an unfortunate series of events here for Dragons. They should have definitely won this fight.
Cheers, love. The cavalry's here.
Thank you for the follow, Lars. But the EMP gets cancelled. Lee Jae-gon gets pinned. Wow. Then NYXL's probably going to win this now. Because once they get full point control with their Reaper Torb comp, right, it's pretty hard to like recap that. Especially when your Brig's dead, you can't armor your flankers anymore, and they can't play as aggressive. They also speed and nano and Reaper ult, right? So good retake there on the NYXL side. Really nice sleep from Jonak. And now it's just cleanup, right? Now, Ding does almost have his ult again. He turns into Diva for more stall. Ends up dying. Funnily enough, the Echo Diva still turns into Mini Diva. So you can farm your Diva mech as the Mini Echo Diva back in like 1 or 2 shots, which is really cool. It's 6 ults, no way they would lose that after that failed EMP. Yeah, I mean the Dragons also had a shit ton of ults, right? Coming into that last fight, but it was mostly that NYXL was kind of able to take the whole initiative on that. However, the Dragon's ults are more high impact than a lot of the NYXL ults, though, right? They have EMP, which is mega high impact. You can force multiple outs on that on your own, and then the support ults for the Dragons are better than the support ults for NYXL. So if it's just a super even fight, I would still give the advantage here to the Dragons, right? But then the EMP gets slept. So after that, you're definitely on the back foot. Okay, but that was a very dominant map for NYXL. It's actually over very, very quickly. Now let's get into map 2. So now I've got Who Are You, Sabi in. And this is kind of the comp that I expect a lot of people will play also in the Western region across this weekend. Because it just makes so much sense, right? You've got the Zen Brig, who can pocket the DPS really well. You've got the Tracer and Echo, and especially Echo, like wrecks tanks really hard, and she's kind of uncatchable for a lot of these rush comps, which has been the problem for Dive for a long time. And then you've also got the Winston Diva, right? That was already played before. But yeah, the thing is with Echo that I feel before you wouldn't be able to kill a Reinhardt before they would be able to get to your Zenyatta Brig. But with Echo, I feel like with Discord on Reinhardt, it becomes much easier to kill him before he gets to your backline, right? Same for the squishies that are walking onto them. So I expect to see like this sort of matchup a lot this weekend, especially on maps like Eichenwald where it's really good on. Interesting from the Dragons that they are playing the Sombra variant instead of the Tracer. Maybe they'll swap, but Lip is mostly a Sombra player, right? And he's really good at Sombra. And Sombra is good when she can get EMP, right? EMP is a super stronghold, way better than Pulse Bomb, definitely. Or she can get like really good hacks on the enemy team, right? It's like she can hack the D.Va, which can set up good dives for your team. But I think this matchup is very interesting. Okay, so let's see how this pans out. Because it's kind of like that Sombra Tracer matchup that we saw before, right? There's very little tank healing on either side. Because Zenyatta plus Brig doesn't do a whole lot of healing on the tanks. So, if you're a Dragons team or on the attack, your first step is to poke out the tanks. Because it's going to take a while for them to get all the healing they need. So oftentimes what you see in this Sombra Tracer matchup that you had before, which is very reminiscent of this Echo matchup, right? Is that you don't focus on the enemy DPS as hard unless they're like overextended. But you'd rather focus on the enemy tanks. Because you lack tank healing on both these comps. Okay, so Mono comes in early bubble, right? They want to stuff this choke. They want to make it hard for the Dragons to get space, especially because they are playing Sombra. And Tracer generally can duel and hold space really well, right? So if Sombra tries to go get an angle, Tracer can duel her like no other character can. Bubble now comes in from Fearless. He's able to use the bubble second, which is really good, right? That's also going to force Mono out. Mono does get a lot of damage, so this is exactly what I'm talking about, right? This is a good step for Dragons because their tanks have also taken quite a bit of damage, but they've gotten space, right? They've gotten all this space, which they didn't have before. They forced Mono out. So now they should look to make use of that space. They want to rotate their support somewhere. Oh, but before anything happens, who are you, kills Ding? So let's look into this Echo matchup. Oh, that beam is so strong. Like when the enemy Echo gets under that half HP, you want that beam just to like eat them alive. I feel like neither of these teams could, you know, they were both healing up their tanks, kind of supporting their tanks. Because Mono was low and Void was pretty low. They probably had the orb on those characters there. So that's why Who Are You is able to go in and take the duel, right? Because the tanks have to get healed up. Oh, and he hits 2 nice shots as Ding comes in. Then misses 2 shots. But because he's already hit 2 shots, he can use that E. Get Ding under that half HP. And he hits his wing on the last clip. He also gets some nice healing while fighting. Yeah, that's a secured the first fight win here for NYXL. Which is major, right? Because then you get the charge ults. You see they're already like 60% on that Winston ult. They're doing a pretty good job. Dragons is somewhat banking on this EMP right here, which Lip has done an insane job of farming, right? He's already at 65%. And because there's a Zen on either side, right? That EMP can take away all these Zen shield. Kind of set you up for that dive and the point take if you play it well with the EMP. So again, the dragons have gained a lot of space. Let's see how they kind of did that. Did NYXL just let them walk in? Oh no, Hoppa goes pretty low here. Yeah, so again, dragons take the first step really well, right? They poke out the enemy tanks. Oh, right now the last fight is still resetting. But eventually, because Appa is still low, they probably can't set up as aggressively as they did before. So they're gonna have to heal up Appa. Animo doesn't want to use his packs for that, right? Because you want your packs for your flankers. So they only have the Zen healing really, so they have to give up the space automatically, right? Maybe Ding's not okay. Ding is fully back. That's another thing about Echo. He gets back very quick. Again, wow. Dragons is able to get mono below half HP, and only their DPS are really taking the damage here. So I feel like the Dragons' focus right now onto mono and hotbar is very good. I think this is exactly what you want to do against the NYXL backline, right? Because there's low tank healing. You might have to go for duels if the enemy team's DPS are really close, but if you're able to just shoot tanks, that's super good. And they've been doing a better job at that than NYXL. Now, who are you is kind of just winning duels against Ding, and then Ding is not getting the healing he needs. Hold up. What's happening to Ding? Or you is playing this Echo really aggressive in the duels, I guess. Oh. Oh, he gets bashed. Ding is like, heal me, please. Finally gets the healing. They have good space still. Ding focusing Hotbot, which is great. Oh, but then Sabiobi comes in. Eliminates Izuyaki. Alright, so this is that strength of the Tracer I was talking about, right? Where Tracer has a good time dueling Sombra, especially when they're both off at an angle like this. And even though Lip is on a health pack, he's hacked, right? Sabiobi's still dueling him. Because Tracer is really good at range like this. He's also getting some good healing from his team, so. And then Mano dives in. Sabiobi double blinks over to Izuyaki and he finishes him off. So that was really clean. And then NYXL will clean up the fight because of that. Yeah, Sabiobi holding space, being able to push out the other flanker, right? Lip in this situation. And then following up on Mano's dive. It's just a really clean dive play. Both teams now coming up on a shit ton of ults. And if Lip doesn't come through with this EMP, I feel like the Tracer pick here on NYXL is doing a lot for them, right? Like, example, if Jonah can Transcendence Lip's EMP right here and doesn't get hit by it, the EMP might not get enough value, and then the Tracer pick might just be better in a situation like this. But we'll see, we'll see. Okay, so Lip's trying to set up for the EMP. You see NYXO is somewhat hiding. They are playing split, which is really good. Exactly what you want to do against the EMP, right? You don't want to be too stacked up. The rally comes out early from Animo. So even if they get EMP, Jonak still has armor, right? Because EMP does take away that shield HP. And then Who Are You turns into Winston. And I've talked about this before, but I think Winston is among the best transformations for Echo, because Winston has a 700 HP shield, which is on a pretty long cooldown, but as Echo you don't really care about cooldowns, right? So you get the bubble once, you get 500 HP from the transformation, and then you get your primal really fast, and that gives you 1000 HP. So you basically become like a super tank, right? Because if the enemy team doesn't look at you, you farm primal in like 2 hits. But you also have bubble and you get primal. So where you changes into Winston. See how fast he's charging primal? Oh, but he doesn't get the primal before he turns back. So that is a shame. I think if he has a little bit more follow-up on that jump in, like Mano's jumping in right here, or he plays the LOS or his barrier a little bit better, he would get ult here. This one too good. So for Echo, you want to choose something you can get ult fast. I think that is a criteria. I think other criteria are when you turn into an Echo ulted character, right? All of the enemy team should want to focus you, and especially in Overwatch League, they're going to focus you. So you want to pick a character that is really survivable, right? So tanks, because of that, are a prime good character, but characters like Mei and Reaper are also really good. So yeah, he turns into Winston, puts his bubble down. His bubble breaks really quickly, but I also don't think he plays LOS too well. And the enemy Echo is focusing him really hard, gets the beam on him. Which, the beam is really good, right? We've talked about this. Fearless tank in the middle. Now the Ding's gonna ult, probably. The Winston jumps out. He's not under that 50% HP. Now he is. You easily see how much damage he takes. And they might not even have to use ult here. Because even though I like the Winston transformation right there from Who Are You, the whole team wasn't synergized. And they actually end up using Transcendence and Rally and Tank ult and Echo ult. And they basically get no value of it. I guess because the backline from Dragons also used a bunch of ults, but they're rallying right here. Gives Jonak the armor. Nice stun. Why does Jonak Transcendence? Does he get baited out by Lip? Oh, Lip baits him out. Lip Pog champing it on the Sombra. Decides to uninvase right in front of Jonak. And Jonak reacts with Transcendence. But Lip doesn't ult. So this is like the mind game of like Sombra and Zen, right? Where because Lip has ultimate. Jonak's like, I have to transcendence the EMP. I have to transcendence the EMP. And oftentimes, just by reaction, it's really hard to transcendence the EMP, right? So, Lip kind of baits out the transcendence here just by uninvising right in front of Jonak as the fight is going on. Okay, so the rally comes out first. Also kind of in reaction to the uninvis a little bit. And then fight breaks out, right? So all calls are going on in the NYXL comms right now. And then Lip comes in. He acts like he's going to EMP. He looks like he's going to EMP. Doesn't EMP. Jonak transcendences. Also because his tanks are really low, right? Hotbot and Mono are both super low. So it's not even a bad transcendence. But Hotbot dies even before the transcendence comes out. And Mono does get back into it. But NYXL have now used 5 ults. Where Izayaki still has transcendence, right? Are you suggesting that Who Are You could have played more passive so he could have gotten value out of Winston with Echo? See, this is the part where I'm not 100% sure. We can look at Who Are You again. But I feel like the Winston transfer is really good, right? And he was really close to getting ult 2. So maybe if he could have played his bubble a little better, right? Stepped in and out of bubble more. And maybe played cover a little more. He could have gotten his Winston ult. But also, Mono comes in and he dives really deep, right? So maybe he could have also placed the bubble on top of Who Are You to help him. Mono didn't have bubble before the fight started. So that's where I think the error probably lies. If they had 2 bubbles, then Who Are You would have probably stayed alive to get his primal. But Mono has to use bubble pre-fight. And then they still go for the dive, right? So Mono has no bubble for the actual dive, which is not what you want to see. See, if Mono was able to come in, put the bubble down second here to keep Who Are You up, that would have been very, very good. The dive also wasn't that synergized, right? Like, Who Are You goes in, and then 1 or 2 seconds later, Mono and Sabiobi come in, but not before that, you know? So they weren't as set up to dive with Who Are You here. And he does get to 90%, so it's the little things, you know? Okay. And then now Shanghai will slowly win this fight. This was a big deal of a fight. NYXL used like all their ults. They didn't get big value of it. And now it's just clean up for the dragons, right? Since they got the point, since they got that pick. Thing also transforms into Brig, which we haven't talked about the Brig transform that much. And I also wonder if the armor from the Brig rally stays after transformation back. I don't think so. Not on the teammates at least. But let's look at a Lip's HP here. No, it goes away, right, when he transforms back. So I think Brig transform is pretty decent because you get the free armor packs that you can throw on your teammates straight away, right? That's super good. But the fact that rally armor goes away when you transform back makes it not as good. If rally armor stayed, then it would have been the most busted transformation in the game. Okay. More card pushing here from the Shanghai Dragons. Ding pokes out Mono, which again is really good because As I've said before, there's not that much tank healing here on the NYXL. So now they have to orb Mono, which makes them not orb someone like Sabiobi or Who Are You, right? Some Echo ult / 2 free seconds over duplicate ends, I think. Like Grab or Pulse Bomb, yes. There are some ults that stay after transformation, but there are also some ults that instantly wear out. I believe ults like Nano Boost and How to Brig ult, we see 2, right? They instantly wear off after they go down. Okay. Next fight. Who Are You almost has another ult, right? So this is another strength of Echo. How fast the ult is built. Who Are You's done a good job of building that. He's now at 100%. Lip comes out with the EMP. Who Are You turns into Winston again. Oh, again, good transformation. Again, he's getting focused really hard right there. We don't want him to get Primal. He's probably going to get it here because he's playing his bubble really well. Does get the Primal. Now let's look at his juggles. Oh. He's going to jump out. Okay. And now he gets hacked. So, pretty good ult. All things considered, he wasn't able to juggle very well, but he was able to get all the attention from the entire Shanghai team for the entire duration of the ult, right? Which, even though he didn't kill anyone, he basically killed this Winston, right? By taking the attention of the entire Shanghai Dragons away from helping Fearless. And he also gets out because if you get transformed inside here, like wait, what? If you get transformed inside the room, back to Echo, right? You only have 200 HP. Suddenly you can't fly out as easy, and you get stuck and you die, right? We did a nice job getting out. Maybe could have used his jump a little more effective while Winston ulting, but overall he's not a Winston player, right? So. So, Void tries to fly in. He gets booted back. Both teams are kind of in a stalemate because the DPS are really low. And here is the strength of Echo again, right? She's chasing the Winston really hard. Let's watch him ding here. The explosions go off onto Mono. He's got to jump out now. He's getting lasered by the Echo. Meanwhile, Who Are You is also lasering Ding. So Who Are You seems to be more focused on the duels against Ding specifically, and he's done pretty well so far. Ding seems to be more focused on shooting tanks. And this is also pretty reminiscent of Ding's Pharah play, right? He's better at shooting the enemy tanks than he is at dueling. But good trade though, like right for either team. That's pretty good. I think killing the Echo is a little more impactful than the Winston, but no matter too much. Void comes in with the Diva Bomb. He does end up killing Jonak, who also had the Transcendence. So maybe Jonak could have trans that, but he probably didn't expect to die to this bomb here. So Lip unstealths first. Almost kills Jonak. Animo saves him. He also body blocks for him. So nice job there. the classic NYXL. Everybody peel Jonak. Go, 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 go. Then the Diva Bomb comes out. Jonak drops. And yeah, at this point, Dragons win, but Animo's still ult. So I think this is pretty bad, right? Jonak's already dead, and still Animo ults. Mano's also dead. So this fight is clearly lost for NYX, and I think Animo would have been better to just go and die on point there. Now he is probably going to get out, but he didn't get a big impact rally there, which you really want to give that armor to your whole team, right? I guess he is giving it to Who Are You for a little bit here. I guess he did get out, so it's not the end of the world. Rally does give that speed boost. Okay. NYX so he's going to go for this retake. They really should, right? This is one of the best places to hold this map. If you win this fight, then it suddenly becomes really hard to retake for the dragons. Going through this castle and all that stuff, super hard, especially against dive, where they can dive you all throughout this path, and the defending team can choose where you get dove. So the interesting thing here is that the dragons here have so many ults. Like, they've used the rally, they still have armor on a lot of their members, like Lip, like Izayaki, who are really the members you want the armor on. They have Echo ult, because Who Are You used it a little bit ago. And they have Transcendence, Winston ult, right? Well, Excelsior only have the Transcendence, so if they don't get massive value out of this Transcendence, then they're likely going to have to use it just to help touching. It's going to be a very hard fight to win here for NYXL. So Mano ends up dying instantly. They don't even Transcendence him, because Discord Orb plus maybe Echo Beam. Let's watch that real quick. Mano jumps in. Hopman's already pretty low, actually. Okay, so not even Echo Beam, because Ding is focusing the back line. Oh, Ding turns into Brig. Now there's two Brigs. It's goats all over again. They're just stacking up the Brigs. Then the Transcendence comes out. But there's two Brigs AoE healing, and there's multiple armor packs. The rally comes out from Ding too. Lee Jagon ends up dying, actually, but there's still another Brig. The EMP just to win the fight. It probably wasn't needed, but at the end of the day, as I talked about, this is such a hard retake. So if dragons lose this fight, they're probably gonna get held here. So using this EMP just to close it out is good, right? In my opinion. Okay, Mano's also gonna come in for the stall. Transcendence also comes out from Izayaki. It's better to use it than to lose it. Lose it as in the fight. So good. They do end up getting the cap. Now Canadius comes in with some questions here. If Echo pushes somebody from the map while duplicate, whole log, primal, boop, and before the kill is done, she goes back to Echo, does that count as ult charge? I would not be able to answer that. I have no clue. Which way is better to play Echo, duel or tank focus? I think it depends on the situation, on the team comp you're up against, and it depends on how aggressive the enemy Echo is, right? It's kind of like Pharah, where if the enemy Echo is really close, it's probably better to go for the duel. But if she's really far away, then tank focus is a way better choice, right? It's all about weighing the pros and cons of taking the duel. So there isn't one real way to say, like, hey, this is better. It all depends on the situation. Okay. So Shanghai does get the third point here. Oh, Lip ends up just dying. Oh, Shanghai is going to have to reset. Maybe his translocator got destroyed? Oh, no, he just gets domed as he tries to farm EMP. And he kind of tries to farm EMP in front of the whole enemy team, right? So, a little bit of an error on his part. Mono ends up diving in. Because they're now 1 up. And this is fine for NYXL, right? They're able to farm up their ults again. They also kill Lee Jaegon. Well, I think, especially in this first half of this match, right? Lee Jaegon is getting, like, Lee Jaegon has always played super aggressive on the brig, right? When both teams are playing the Ryan Mayer 2, he's like always frontlining. But I feel like the NYXL is doing a pretty good job of punishing him, and I also feel like he's making some uncharacteristic errors so far. You can definitely keep an eye out on that throughout this match. Oh, I should stop hitting my pop filter. My bad, stream. Okay. Oh, he turns into Zenyatta. I think that's an oopsie. I don't think he wants to turn into Zenyatta here. So who are you? Turns it to the Yada. I don't think the Zenyatta transformation especially is good. I guess he is getting double rally armor from Animo right now. The double Discord orb is good. So maybe it is good, right? But what I always think with Zenyatta transformation is it that proactive? No. Does Zenyatta do a lot of damage? Yes. Is his ult impactful? Yes. But yeah, you can't double Discord, so it'd be on 2 targets, which is pretty bad. So I'm thinking, right, Zenyatta's pretty squishy. You'd rather want to turn into a character that can take a little bit more of the aggro and doesn't have to play as safe, like the Winston or the Diva. And if you want to turn into a high damage character, maybe turning into Samba is good. But I think he didn't want to turn into Zenyatta here. He wanted to probably turn into the Winston. But it messed up for him. Let's look at his crosshair real quick. Mono jumps in. Wait. Fearless jumps in. Yeah, he tries to turn into the Winston. I'm not even sure how he turned into Zenyatta here. What? He must have his, like, Echo ult sensitivity to eye or something. Because he definitely has his aim on the Winston. Not sure how he transformed to Zenyatta. Hello, Kitty Bean. I guess his aim's right here, so it's closer to the Zen. But he tried to transform into the Winston, definitely. That's a oopsie. Okay, now he's on Zen. He does have the rally armor. But the problem is with Zen 2, right, is that you get the ult, but you only have 5 seconds left on the duplicate timer. So oftentimes you don't even get the full duration of the ult. He does end up ulting, but his ult, like his echo forms already ran out. So yeah, Zenyatta transfer, not good there. Obviously an accident. It's gonna happen. We're gonna see it more often. Mono jumps in. The solo. Oh no, I guess he tried the solo EMP where you also gets hit. Big yawn. But yeah, the EMP comes out on the Winston. Mano now flailing around wildly because he can't jump anymore. And now Ding turns into Zen. Why is everybody turning into Zen? Let's see. I think he tried to turn into Brig, but he missed. And he turns into Zen. Interesting question from chat. Will Echo force DPS to train their ability on tanks and support? I think maybe a little bit. But, like, if I was a coach on a team with an Echo player, right, I wouldn't say, hey, go grind Winston in ranked constantly. I would say, hey, here's this primal practice lobby, right? Here's this primal rage custom game. Go practice your juggles, you know? Because that's the most important part about swapping to the Winston is juggling when you get that ult. So that is something I would do, right? Maybe as Diva, right? Instead of, hey, go learn Diva, which is obviously not going to work. Hey, go learn Diva bombs and how to throw them instead, you know, which is also the most important part of when you turn into Diva. Same for Reinhardt, right? Hey, instead of go learn Reinhardt all the way from scratch, go learn how to shatter, you know? So I think maybe it is Echo will force you to learn specific aspects of tanks, but it's not like you have to learn that character completely, right? Skip basics. I mean, it's not skipping basics. It's just that when you turn into the Echo transformed character, like Winston or Reinhardt, the basics aren't that important. Like shield management, who cares? You know, you only have that shield for 10 seconds. Pins, who cares? You can go buck wild because you basically have an extra life, you know? So I feel like you really want to focus on what is the most important and playmaking part of the Echo ults. Like when you turn into Winston, like your Primal Rages. Do you think that's why they started to switch their Brig more and more as the series went on? Easier to get value on Brig, it's more comfortable. I think Brig 1 is just a really good copy, right? Because when you turn into Brig, you get all 3 armor packs, which normally have a really long cooldown. The armor packs are insanely strong. Also, Rally's pretty good, right? For the duration of the ult, if you can build it fast, sure. AoE healing, high impact cooldowns with stun. But yeah, I do think if you Primal Rage as Winston perfectly, Winston is probably a better copy in some or most situations. So maybe because Brig is more comfortable, they start swapping a Brig more and more. But I feel like other copies like Winston or Diva or Reinhardt or Mei or Reaper can be more impactful in certain situations than the Brig swap. I don't think the Brig transformation is the be-all end-all. Ding actually gets it really fast, so he gets the full value out of Transcendence. Hello, Dopey Corgi. Oh, nice left flex from there. Ooh, and Ding does get killed. Shanghai still trying to clean up over here. They do also get the Winston ult. Diva bomb comes out. Maybe that should have been on top of the cart instead of in front of it. Appa. Out of mech. Jonak gets the Transcendence just in time though. But does still have EMP. If they can get a big EMP after this Transcendence. Oh, but Animo rallies. This fight's a mess. It's all over the place. EMP comes out. Doesn't hit Jonak, but Jonak's probably going to die to Fearless over here. And Shanghai is going to clean up. Wow. They're going Arissa Hog. Interesting. And Tracer Echo. And then the support line that fills in with that, right? But I feel like you need more healing for maybe Arissa, but maybe you don't. And this is actually a really good comp. I'm not sure. Hog doesn't need that much healing because he obviously has a self-heal. He's pretty self-sufficient. Pretty interesting comp here from NYX. So I don't know if it's good, but we'll see if that happened or not, right? I don't think Hog is that great against Diva, right? Because if he gets hooks and then you just matrix the hook target, they just live. So let's see. Also, doesn't Hog just feed a lot of Sombra and Echo ult charge? I feel like Hog should feed a lot of these ult charges. And these are super impactful ults, right? And Transcendence too. I mean, you're not going to fight this in as much with the Hog, right? But Sombra should be able to farm the Hog quite a bit. Oh, but I mean, if Lip gets hooked like that, then, you know, suddenly the Hog becomes really good. Oh, so he got detected. He did have his E up. He tries to go for hack. He looks at Sabiolbi. And then the Hog comes behind him and hooks him. Lip a little bit too greedy. Dies pre-fight, which on a point like Eichenwald D1, if you don't want to get snowballed, it's a super big deal to try and like win this first fight and not give the enemy too many ult charge, you know. So getting hooked there is super bad. But Hoppa already coming out with the pocket pick here with the Hog. He also hooks Void, gets him out of mech. Takes a breather, and meanwhile Huaryu's cleaning up somehow. Nice shot on Izuyaki. Then he gets nice E on the rest of the thing. The execute is so good. Oh my god! Lee J gone! You guys see that? Whoa! He's a fucking ninja brig! Wait a second. This guy is a ninja brig! Look at him go! He would have died if he doesn't do this. Oh my... That's so high! He's so good. That's insane. He goes from here all the way up to here. Wow, that's such a good jump. Dude, Brig mains rejoice. Lee J. Gon's got the text. Dude, he's lining it up. He's practiced it in custom games. Boom. And he lives. What an alpha male. What an absolute specimen. That's crazy. That is such a good jump. Wow. Dude, Legigan is so proud of himself right now. He's like, yeah, I did it in a match. I practiced that for years in custom games. I did it in a match. Mom, get the camera. Dude, that was sick though. That gets him to safety. Did they point that out on the cast? I hope they saw that. That was insane. Oh, Sabiobi kills Izayaki with the pulse bomb. Oh, nice pull, which lines up the pulse bomb. Sabiobi doesn't throw it. Nice job dodging Void's DM there. And now he's going to go for it. That's perfect. A really good play from him. Almost ends up recalling into the bomb, but the recall comes in just a little late. Yeah, this is a really good tracer play, right? And I always say like the difference between good tracers and insane tracers are just how you use the sticky bomb, and then killing Izayaki here basically wins a fight by Sabiobi. Did you hear Cruise the Defiant? Yes, I did. I think it's a very good move for them, right? Because it's pretty hard to get good main support when you can only recruit from NA because you have so little time, right? So it's either play with Roki or get somebody good quick. And I think Roki's mostly transitioned to flex support in his time with Montreal Rebellion. So yeah, good move. Okay, we continue. So NYXL get a shit ton of payload push. Only used the pulse bomb and get the snowball to fight with that. So insane old value there from the Biobi. Now they have 5 ults left. And Dragons have just walked out. But interestingly enough, they've chosen to kind of rotate to the high ground, which they'll probably end up coming back from, right? They were just pushing that out. Yeah, just putting their supports there real quick. And they've... Who are you is now jumping on the support line of the Dragons. And again, comes out with this Winston swap. I'm a big fan just because Bubble's so strong, right? Gets his ult before he gets beamed now. He's now juggling his Izayaki. We're judging his juggles, right? Okay. Get him. Okay, pretty good juggle. It's not, you know, Winston main level, but good juggle. Now jumping over, jumping in. Animo's also killed Lip. And Excelsior is using all their ults, right? But this is really, really good. You want to use those ults. Because, again, this is that important fight. If you get held here, it's hard to make that retake happen. I'll say Izayaki dying with ult's a big deal. Mono's popped his ult. But ding! With the Orisa swap, which is also a really good swap for Echo. He farms his ult off the transformed Winston. Goes for the Orisa. Plops down the shield, right? Pops the Fortify. kind of whiffs the pull. But then he's going to pop down the bongo. And now suddenly there's 2 bongos. The best ult in the game is out. I think he's fighting away. Who are you? Did kill the bongo, but it cost some resources, right? Thing is still on the Orisa. Still zapping. Finally transformed back. Gets another pull out though. He's gonna go fight. Who are you? Oh, Baby Obi hits another pulse bomb though. But the spawns are really close right now for Shanghai Dragon. So Hoppa comes in with the ult. I'm not sure if the advanced knockback is in this patch yet. But Hog ult in general isn't that good, right? He just gets killed. You've been trying the break jump, but you just can't do it. God, that was such a good jump. We'll go back to that at the end again. The most unfortunate thing with Hisense Echo is their E-tracking. I feel like the E-tracking isn't that hard. It's just something players have to get used to. Okay. Let's continue. Shanghai Dragons now still have a bunch of ults, right? Because NYXL really wanted to win that last fight. They used all their ults. They still have the Echo almost, but Dragons here have Diva Bomb and Nano Boost. Okay, both teams kind of sitting back. I think NYXL is trying to farm up their Echo before they engage. They're probably going to go for Echo Old Winston or something again. Okay, there you go. Oryu's now on the Winston. Let's see where he's going to jump. He's going to go for Izayaki. Nice jump. Izayaki goes for the pack right. This is why Anna's hold this back right corner a lot of the time because of that pack. Oryu is going to build the ult really quickly. He doesn't want to get slept here though. He's kind of got to dodge the sleep. I don't think Izayaki has the sleep. He's now hacked too. So he probably wants to get out. He's done a good job. Oh, he boops Izayaki into the pulse bomb. Dude, the Winston transform is just so good. He gets EMP'd. But you gotta remember, after he turns back from Winston, I don't believe he's EMP'd anymore. Oh, you see? The EMP wears out. So that EMP actually only really hit Mono from Lip. So not an ideal EMP from him. We can look back at that real quick. Sabiobi kind of destroys right now. He did farm it pretty quickly though. Comes in with a hack. Teleports. EMPs, but it only really hits Mono. Which, he was probably panicking, but they're already rallying too, so I don't think they needed the EMP there specifically. Sabiobi is destroying kids. Oh, Ding turns into Tracer. Tracer's another pretty good copy because you can farm like a lot of pulse bombs. Not sure if Tracer is the best copy, but still a good copy. And look at how fast he builds pulse bomb. Ends up missing it. Just pulse tanks. That's true. Thing transforms back. Dragons have now used a bunch of ults. Izayaki swapped over to the Zen from the Ana, right? Which is probably the better choice. Animo's rallying on point. Rally's super good. So perfect that he got that right there. And NYXO is gonna clean up, but most of that was set up by that Echo ult, right? And it was a good job from them. You just sit back, farm the Echo ult. Mana waste primal here, but sure. Sit back, farm the Echo ult. Who creates a ton of space, and then say Biobi comes in, kills 2 with Pulse Bomb, or kills 1 with Pulse Bomb, kills 1 on his own. But it was really the Echo ult setting that up for them. So yeah, say Biobi's on a roll right now. He's done really good on Tracer. Now, so he's gonna push it in there. 2.5 minutes left, right? Lib does have the EMP. He's gonna use it right here. Comes out, hits 5, so really good EMP from him. I don't like how little. Oh wait, never mind. They're going in right away. I didn't see Fearless, but he jumps in straight as the EMP goes off, so that's very good. He's gonna jump in now. So perfect timing. Yeah, good EMP. There was no counterplay from NYXL, right? It's pretty hard to hide from EMP. And they have no stuns for it. Except for the break stun, but a good Samba's never gonna EMP like really close to a break. Unless it can't be helped. So. Whew, I keep yawning. Sorry, chat. Okay. NYXL comes in again. Diva Bomb comes out from Hoppa to kind of make that engagement happen. Fearless uses his ult too to stay alive. He's playing really aggressive. Diva Bomb hits Void. Zones the rest of Dragon. So a really good Diva Bomb comes out from Hoppa. Hello, McCree face. Or you now has another ult. Let's see if he turns in. What character he turns into this time? Oh, he turns into Samba. I think this is also a really interesting copy, actually. Because as Samba, you can farm the EMP so quick. And you can force out ults out pretty effectively, right? Don't know if it's as good as, like, the Winston transfer, but especially in, like, a close space like this. Oh, but he's just gonna get turned instantly. Oof. And this is what I'm saying. You really want to copy somebody that's really survivable, right? Ding here turns into Brig. Which is really survivable. But the Samra copy just doesn't work out there from Horyu. Because if he has to TP out, he loses so much value too. That it's like, eh. So Ding turns into Brig. He instantly throws out the armor packs, right? Like I've been talking about. His break can also armor him. He rallies. Does the armor stay if Echo goes out of break? No, the armor leaves. Wouldn't it have been a good play if he waited for the Winston bubble? You mean who are you? Let's see. Almost end up killing Fearless, so I guess they just want to push their advantage because they just got the DMAC and Fearless is low. The Winston bubble comes out for Mono, but the Winston bubble just pops, and then he goes for the hack. So I guess he was thinking that the Winston bubble from Mono was going to be up for longer, but it disappears really fast. He can't get the hack. And he's going to die. So good target focus there from the Dragons. Do 2 armor repair packs. Stick together or maximum armor still 50. Maximum armor is still 50. You can only get 50 armor max. Unless you're ulting, then you can get 150 armor max, right? So yeah. The dragons are going to end up winning this fight. And this Brig copy is working out really well for the Shanghai Dragons specifically. Ding has been transferring with the Brig a lot. I think the armor packs are just super good. Another big yawn. Okay. I need to get a big yawn emote so you guys can spam it every time I yawn. EMP comes out for Lip. Hits 5 people, doesn't hit Jonak. Jonak does a good job hiding. He transcendence it. Really good job from him. Diva Bomb comes out from Void. It's Winston's taking the enemy Winston away. Nice job from NYXL to kind of regroup on Jonak here. Everybody help him. And they kind of bait Shanghai Dragons into a murder cage. Fearless is now ulting. But yeah, the NYXO end up winning off that. They lose a lot of people though, and the Shanghai Dragons do have closer spawns. So if the Shanghai Dragons can kind of regroup, they can still definitely win this fight. Animo just respawned, and Brig takes a long time to get back. Okay, so NYXL is gonna back up, not take the fight because they have that far spawn. So I think that's a very smart move. They have to touch the point in 3 seconds though. Appa does it, even though he gets booped. Bubble comes out here for Fearless. Fearless goes, hides in the corner, which is smart because he's discorded. Diva Bomb comes out from Hoppa. This has to be a good Diva Bomb. This point is actually mega good for Diva Bomb, right? Because you throw it over here, it hits like everything, right? There's only a few places to hide, and you have to hide very quickly. Also splits up the dragons. Fearless can now be focused super hard. He has to jump out. Boy goes in. Who are you? Changes it to Winston again. Meow. Oh, Pulse Bomb comes out onto Lee Jae-gon. Really good job from Sabioldi here. Or Tracer normally isn't that good on this last point, right? Because there isn't that many flanking paths. He's done a good job of hitting his stickies. You still get value. Or you with the Primal Rage mechanics. I think this is the funnest thing of Echo, just watching tanks or watching DPS their tank mechanics sometimes. Flip a boink. Oh! Ooh. Good juggle there from Who Are You? And NYXO is going to take the point. A little bit of C9 from Dragons, but there were a few people down. Okay, so NYXO again on the dive comp. Same comp for Dragons. I'm not sure about the Ana here really, especially in the mirror matchup. The Ana does a lot more healing on tanks, right? But the Zen oftentimes, if he's able to get in a spot, he's able to get much more done. Now what the Dragons do have running for them with the Nano Boost, if they can get it faster, right, than the Transcendence, which you can oftentimes get, there's only a minute here. for Shanghai Dragons, right, to defend this. A minute oftentimes isn't enough to fully farm Transcendence unless the fights are going very long. So he might farm Nano while Jonak can't farm the Transcendence on time. But overall, in the dive mirror, Zen oftentimes is better. So yes, let us watch what happens here. Mano again is holding this left side. The rest of NYXL right side. And NYXL is going to go back to point. They're playing super safe here, actually, which might not be too good for the NYXL. Like, playing the safe right, they do have the Zenyatta. With Jonak on the Zenyatta, like you're saying, IGW. But Dragons here have the Ana, and they're already 50% the Nano Boost. So if Dragons can just farm Nano Boost and then engage with that, they might just win the fight off that. Who are you? Been doing a really good job farming his ult though, but I expect it's just because Fearless is taking a lot of damage to farm Nano, right? Fearless is able to take a lot of space here. Nano's at 60. Bobo comes out. Fearless gets stunned. Oh, and Fearless gets blown up. So this is the strength of Discord Orb, right? From Jonak here. Being able to Discord Orb Fearless. He kind of walks up really far, even though he has no bubble after some time. And then he just gets chunked really hard. Oh, he has bubble here still. He bubbles now. Oh, but the bubble gets blown up and then he gets stunned while he tries to jump out. Okay, so Fearless kind of too aggressive. Void not with him anymore. Void trying to deny Mano. Fearless gets stunned. He dies. Mano does a good job putting the bubble down. They did get a tick here for Shanghai Dragon, so it can't be a draw anymore. But I bet that's going to be the end of the fight. And they're already 70% to Nano Boost. So if they just play it slower there, play for Nano Boost, then they might have just won that fight off Nano Boost. Who Are You was also 70% to his ult though. So that Echo ult, kind of farming just as fast as Nano. Ding wasn't able to do too much on Echo there. Oh! Who Are You kind of flies into Ding here. He is going to kill him too. Transformed into the Sombra. This time it's gonna be good because it's just cleanup. NYXL hold. Shanghai only get a tick. That's very, very good. Obviously you don't want that tick to happen even, but nice defense there. Now let's watch the offense here from the NYXL. See if they go this Orisa Hog composition again. Which worked out for them earlier, but I felt like it only worked out because Hoppa got a pick. I don't think it worked out because it was good. Kind of. But yeah, they are going to go for that again. So it must have been working out in scrims. Instead of the Zenyatta. Oh, no, they are going to go for the Ana. Or the Zenyatta, I mean. Walk off the Ana. And I'm going to do the same thing again. Or they're walking right side. Thing discorded. Fearless jumps out. And YXL's also giving up a lot of space, right? Or Shanghai Dragons is also giving up a lot of space. But if they could dive the tank line here from Excelsior, especially when Mono doesn't have Fortify. I feel like that could be very, very strong. Like if they could force Mono's Fortify without using too much of their own cooldowns and then dive him, that's really good. I feel like where the Shanghai Dragon comp lacks though is that in a minute, you're almost never going to farm EMP. Unless fights go very long, right? EMP is a really hard ult to farm. Especially when there's no fights going on right now. You can't farm off like Winston or Diva either because Hotbus playing the Hog, so he's really gonna watch out for these hooks. Yes, the pool comes out. Fearless is gonna have to bubble. Okay, never mind. Hoppa misses the hook too. I feel like this is why you're picking the Hog, right? Because then you can pull hook. So Fearless not bubbling this. And then Hotbot also not timing the hook properly. So Fearless can jump out of it. Kind of error on both sides. And Fearless didn't even have the bubble. So he should have died there. But he lives. He's good. Void ends up getting demeched on the point. Oh. And Hotbot comes out with the hook onto Fearless. So wow. This kind of Orisa setup from NYXL working out really well. Mono's just able to walk on the point. I feel like Mono's shield should break really fast against this Zenyatta plus Echo, right? Zenyatta does a lot of shield damage, so does Echo. And Orisa only has 600 shield. She's like her shield is less big than Winston's shield. So once Mono puts down shield here, I feel like you can just shoot it. Focus it. Kill it way quicker than this. But they're not really going for that. Instead, Void dives in. He gets lasered by Who Are You. Holy crap. Gonna get demeched by the Echo. And then Hotbot comes in with the Hog flank. The classic. Kills Fearless. And then at that point, both your tanks are dead on the Shanghai Dragon side. And you're probably not going to win the fight anymore. But I think maybe if they put more focus onto Mono Shield, instead of kind of diving in there, that would have been really good. Very interesting map. And NXL end up winning this, but it was super close, right? Both teams only had a minute left at the very end there. We're going to get the same matchup, so I'm not going to zoom in on the matchup too much. Just that the Sama is probably a little bit better on this map, because let's say you win the first fight quickly. You have EMP for second, you could snowball it straight away, right? They're gonna push in hard. They're gonna try and push out Mono here, which is exactly what they want to do, right? They want to kind of poke out the enemy tanks because it takes long for them to get healed up. Fearless takes a shit ton of damage though. That is very bad for the Shanghai Dragons. That's gonna take all Lee Jae-gon's armor packs, right, to heal him up. You really kind of want to use your armor packs for your flankers instead of for your tanks. And as you can see right here, he has 0 armor packs left. Well, Animo also has 0 armor packs left, but he's using them on flankers, right? He's using one on Sabiobi right here in like the perfect moment, because this will heal him and armor him at the same time. So yeah, Lee Jae-gon having to use a lot of packs on tanks here, and ding! What? So Sabiobi tries to one-click ding. Goes in for it because Ding is discorded. Gonna get the combo there. Goes for the melee. But as he melees, the discord goes off. And Sabiobi ends up dying. That was a nice try. It's just Wow, so rough that he ends up dying there. Did he not have the armor pack when he went in? Oh, I guess he didn't have armor pack right here. Oh, he does have armor pack. So this was actually really well coordinated by NYXL. Wow. Izuyaki must have just hit headshots. Because this is like really bad for NYXL, right? That Sylvia dies here. That's why I'm zooming in on it so much. Yeah, he blinks in right into Ding. And then I guess just the entirety of Dragons helped. Ding hit headshots, I guess, onto Sabiobi. Oh, Sabiobi's also discorded before he goes in. Oh, nice triple headshot. Another headshot. Or another body shot. But with Discord, that hits hard. So good job from Ding hitting that headshot. And that should give NYXL this whole point. Because dive comps play pretty fast, right? So if you get that one kill on the Tracer, you're going to play a 5v6. And then Owl. That means like massive advantage. They're able to kill the D.Va here. Where you does end up killing Lip though. Echoes on both sides, doing a lot. Yeah, Lip goes low. Doesn't have his translocator in the greatest location. Guys, let's see if Hoppa even dies here. Oh. No, Hoppa does not die. Okay, he does die. But you dies. And Dragons are going to go ahead and cap the point right here. So nice attack from Dragons. And this is exactly what you want, right? Especially with a comp that the Dragons are running. Because they are running the Echo or the Sombra. They have a better snowball because the Sombra ult's a lot better than the Tracer bomb. They also have advantage in Echo ult percentage. Zen ult percentage, right? Big ult advantage in the Brig ult. Only Winston ult they're down on. But if they can play this next fight properly, farm EMP, right? Use it, win the fight off that'd be huge. Let's see if they can use the Echo ult here. And let's take another look at the Echo POV. Getting denied right now. So use on the flank. EMP comes out for Lip, and he's able to get Jonak, who isn't able to trance the EMP. So really good EMP from Lip. Oh, and he just uses on top. Jonak just barely peeks out. He gets EMP'd. And that will probably kill him. Thank you for the follow. Phantom Twitch. Yeah, they're able to dive and kill Jonak. So if Jonak's able to trance that, this fight is going to look like really even, right? Izuyaki could probably trance it later. But because Jonak gets hit, he doesn't have any armor packs on him from Animo. Because he was in a pretty safe spot, right? This fight now looks suddenly very good for Dragons. Ding turns into D.Va, which I think is also a really good copy. Because DM is such a high impact cooldown, and Diva Bomb's pretty good. Gonna farm Diva Bomb. And they're just gonna cap the point just off that kill. And Fearless is able to boot people off the point, I think. Yeah, to just get those 2 ticks because the entirety of NYXL is trying to peel for Jonak. Mono's ulting right now. Mono's going to die to the double Diva. Diva does a lot of damage to Winston, right? Fearless then ults. And not really a C9 because there's only 2 people up for the NYXL. But it's just a shame that Jonak had that Transcendence. Saves it for the next round. A nice attack from Dragons. Really showing why they're picking that Sombra. And Lip with a sick EMP. Yes, we continue. Okay, again, Dragons playing the Ana on the defense. Interesting now, they're also playing the Reinhardt on the defense. Wow, that is really interesting. I actually think this Dragon comp is pretty good because Reinhardt's really good at centering point, right? So if you're afraid of the kind of Orisa Hog from Excelsior, Reinhardt has 1600 shield, where Winston maybe can get pull hooked, you know? Reinhardt will basically never get pull hooked if you play it well. So if it's like a specific adaptation to the Orisa Hog that the NYXL are playing, I think it's pretty good. Also, Ana can get Nano Boost pretty good off Reinhardt, right? And I can also keep the Reinhardt alive very easily. NYXL coming out with TP strat. Who are you's gonna go dual Lip because Who are you wants to get back to spawn to swap. Does live. He's gonna go swap. Do the Echo. NYXL only 5 right now. But you can't really engage in here against the Hog, right? He's just gonna hook you.
Cheers, love. The cavalry's
Thank
here.
you for the follow, Dane. A lot of follows coming in. Hog. Okay. Shanghai going to play the point. This is really smart. Void also trying to kind of duel the Orisa. It's good the Hog is not there right now. The Hog is going on a flank like Hogs do. But as long as Fearless can just anchor point with his massive shield, and the Dragon's DPS can take the duels, still doing a decent job. Void and the Ding are playing together. They're able to force Mono's Fortify, which makes them very vulnerable. Yeah, Mono's going to drop. Baby Obi's still taking this off angle. It's what Tracer's really good at. And I see a lot more focus on the shield now from Shanghai. I think if they're able to kill Mono's shield, he has to play super passive. Like, there's not much Mono can do when his shield and Fortify are down, right? And then also his pulls aren't going to do very much because the Ryan's just going to anchor point, stand in front of them, and Void should be able to eat the pulls as well. I think it's a pretty good adaptation to the Excelsior comp, and I don't think the Excelsior comp is that good actually. Like with the Hog specifically, I think if you play properly against the Hog, you don't get surprised by the hook. You oftentimes will win. What Hog is really good at though is punishing mistakes. So if people don't keep an eye on the Hog, he's gonna do really good. But as you can see right here, Lip's already at 80% ult charge because he's been farming this Roadhog. Ding ends up dying though. Is Hog a good duplicate? Honestly, his ult's not that great, you know? But he is really tanky. I feel like there are better duplicates than Hog, but he's not bad, you know? Like, I feel like maybe the Brig or the Orisa are better duplicates on this Excelsior comp. But if you're in a pinch, then copying Hog can be really good, right? Because he does basically have a large HP pool. And he has a self-heal. The problem with Hog really is that he has no armor on his kit, right? There's no armor. So Hog can get farmed really fast, especially by characters like Tracer, Sombra, even Echo, I guess. If you E, you get a free ult. That's true. But Hog ult's not that good, right, guys? Like, Hog ult is decent, but you can stun it, you can sleep it, you can hack it. Unless you're like close to environmental kills, and especially with the Hog like buff to the knockback, which isn't an owl yet, I believe. I don't know. Like, unless you're like over here and you swap the Hog right here and you can boot people off the map, I don't think swapping a Hog is that great as Echo. Orisa is a really good swap though, so. Ding ends up dying to Who Are You, so Who Are You is kind of winning these duels really well. He's also focusing on the duels very hard. That will give a lot of space to the NYXL. Now, Lip, because of this Hog pick though, has been able to completely farm his ult though. So if Lip can get a good ult here, which NYXL probably doesn't expect the Sombra ult to be up yet. Oh, and Void also boops Jonak down. So the 6-man EMP comes out. 5-man, I guess, because he doesn't hit Sibiobi, but that should be good enough to win the fight here for the Dragons. And this is really why the Dragons have been playing the Sombra. Because of that EMP and the hacks. But yeah, Shanghai Dragons will clutch out this fight. They will use both the Nano Boost and the EMP, right? But that's completely worth. Especially because Ding got picked early on in that fight. And Ding getting picked is also a natural consequence of the Dragons not playing the Zenyatta, right? Because Ana has a much more like hard time pocketing the Echo. While the Zenyatta, all he has to do is just put the orb on Echo, and then the Echo can kind of go and win that duel. So, we keep watching the Echo POVs. I think it's been really fun to like kind of zoom in on them. So she is the new character. Ding almost has his ult, so let's look what he's doing. And I expect he's gonna turn into either Brig or the Orisa here. I think those are the best big weapons on this enemy team comp. Oh, here's Who Are You's 1 HP. But the beam has a specific range, right? The beam's not gonna reach that far. I believe it's like 25 or 30 meters for the beam. So let's see how far it actually goes. Because I believe it's definitely further than Symmetra beam. But it's not that far. 20 meters. Okay, thank you, No Horizon. Less far than I thought. He canceled it here, but... Okay. Let's see how far this lightsaber goes. So it goes pretty far, right? It still goes all the way up to here. From here. But not this far. So, I think kind of overestimating how far his E reach is. Probably the call out was that he was a little bit closer. Definitely good call out though, because he is 1 HP. So Ding coming in the execute would have been great. Just not able to get the reach. keep watching some Ding gameplay here. He turns into Brig, which I feel like the Brig duplicate is really growing on me, you know? Like the triple armor pack that you have is super strong. You have the AoE healing, which is pretty easy to proc. And then you could farm rally pretty quick. Now the rally armor doesn't stay after you turn back, and I guess the Inspire also doesn't stay. Not too sure about that, but I expect that the rally armor, just like the Inspire, both don't stay. But 15 seconds and being able to armor pack everybody, it's like really strong. You see Ding swap, he instantly goes for the armor pack on everyone. Pulse bomb comes out onto Fearless. Oh, Ding, you need to hit. Does get turned back, and Sabiobi kind of clutches up. Maybe he did want to turn into the Orisa there. Would have probably been better. Wasn't really able to group up with his team. Sabiobi does a really nice job clutching up again. His trace has been phenomenal, but it's also because there's no tracer on the enemy team, right, to contest him. So Sabiobi is very free. And he can get a lot of flanks on the enemy team and clean up very easy. So he sticks, Fearless, nice sticky. Because of that Discord Orb, it one-shots him. So good Discord Orb plus Pulse Bomb combo. Then he goes for Lee Jae-gon. You get her with Hoppa. They're gonna kill him. Brig is pretty squishy now, right? Before she had 600 shield, now she only has 200. A Tracer really showing up in fights like this where the Samba doesn't have the ult. And also, the flankers on NYXL should be able to do more than the flankers on the Dragons because of this Ana pick, right? Ana's not able to pocket flankers very well compared to Zenyatta. Oh, who are you gonna turn into Brig now? He's going to armor pack his flankers. And I feel like maybe all these flex DPSs turning into Brig is a little bit of a residue from Goats, where all the flex DPSs played Brig, and Brig being a super good transformation, right, makes that even better. Also, a little bit of a disconnect from Lip and Fearless here, who tried to EMP Shatter, but the EMP hits too early, or the Shatter hits too, or the Shatter hits too early, or the EMP hits too late. But if they were able to execute this more cleanly, Lip and Fearless, this would have actually been really good in my opinion. Yeah, the Fearless just shatters a little bit too early. And they would have had the two-man Shatter here if it wasn't for that meddling Orisa shield that Lip wasn't able to EMP away in time. Now, where you use EMP, he's probably going to get changed back from the Brig, maybe? He has free armor packs left, so he's going to use them quick. I'm not sure if the armor packs stay after he turns back, so let's see here. He's going to turn back in 1 second. He just armor packed Hotba, I believe. I think it is staying, right? We're seeing the armor pack. Oh, now this. Oh, yeah, we're seeing the armor pack kind of visuals come off Hotba, even though who are used turned back. So maybe the armor pack stuff stays even after you turn back from the Brig to the Echo. Hotba had Zen heals, that's true. But the Zen heals don't have the visuals like that, right? Where the sparks come off of him. Like, look at Hotba. Hotba here gets armor pack. Right here. And then sparks come off him. The echoes turn back. Sparks are still coming off him because of the armor pack. Those are armor pack visuals, right? Those aren't orb visuals. The orb doesn't have any visuals on that, I believe. And this is still armor pack visuals. And then after the armor pack runs out, probably no more visuals. Maybe it is the orb visuals. Nope. See, he gets armor too. So maybe he was also getting armor pack by Animo, actually. That's something we should go ahead and check. Because that probably was the case. No, maybe not. No, I don't think so. Oh wait, never mind. Well, not right here. But then Animo right here does armor pack Hoppa. But I believe the armor packs stay even if you turn off the echo. But that's something you'd have to test out in a custom game. It's too much visual clutter here to see everything right. But I believe the armor packs stay. Now, Lee Jae-gon rallied. He isn't like. This is something that kind of triggers me, right? When you rally like this, he's giving his tanks the armor, but the flankers aren't really getting the armor, and so is his flex support. So why is he ulting like this, right? I feel like you need to try and give everybody 100 armor because the 100 armor is so impactful. But I guess he does kill Mano here. So, big balls Lee Jae-gon. Defies everything I say. He also farms this rally really quick. Okay, he rallies. He gives people the armor for a few seconds, but it's mostly the tanks, right? And then he goes in onto Mano because Mano doesn't have the Orisa shift anymore. The fortify. And he just kind of kills her. Bloodthirsty support Lee Jae-gon. Probably going to die here. Yes. Nice sticky from Sabiobi. But that's all you need on defense, right? You only need one kill to win defense. Because the spawns are so damn far. Right? Like killing Mano there, it's going to take him so long to get back. But that's worth. Mano is going to swap over to the Winston. From the Orisa. After Transcendence, Izayaki still has his nano boost. And Lip's just still farming his EMP, right? The timer's kind of on NYXL here to win fights fast before Lip gets EMP up. Lip just messed up his last EMP, but he's already 50% to another one. Oh, and they're able to kill Sabiobi. Let's watch some more Ding gameplay. Ooh, nice 2 left clicks there. Oh, and then he just zaps him. Wow. So Sabiobi maybe no cooldowns? Oh no. He has recall up. He just doesn't expect the huge burst from the beam. Nice job by Ding. And again, that's all you need on the defense. You just need that one kill. It's very hard to win the fight. So NYXO is going to retreat, right? Let's see. Does he turn into Winston? Okay, this is one of the first time things actually swapped to Winston. Let's judge his primals. Going to jump in. Oh, he's going to kill Who Are You? Just with the jump, because before that, Fearless had already jumped in with the nano boost. Now going to jump out. Then ult, and then jump in again. Okay, okay. Gonna wake up the diva here, maybe. Oh no, he jumps away from her. Yeah, Animo. Boop him in. Oh, good juggle. Okay. That's what we like to see, dang. Come on, you can do it again. Okay, and he does run out of time on the ult. And he's not gonna kill Animo. That is rough. He was close to being very clean on the Winston. Okay. Dragon's now having to give up a shit ton of space. NYX actually doing really good this attack right now. When did Lip EMP? Wait. Oh, he just never farmed it more? Or what? Oh, he EMP'd at the start of that fight. Jonak was able to transcendence it. I see. Very nice transcendence from Jonak this time. Let's watch that. Yeah, so Fearless comes in with Nano. EMP comes out for Lip. But I don't think that's a very good EMP. Because Fearless was probably going to force out Transcendence anyway. So if Lip just holds on to EMP, Jonak will have to trance. And he can EMP after the Transcendence is over. This seems like a weak EMP. I think they're trying to burst Mono before he can like get away, right? Before he can get healing. But if you're going already for backline with your Nano Winston, that's probably not the play, right? Yeah, he gets Who Are You and Mono, but because Jonak has Transcendence, and he's already going to get that forced out, this is not a good EMP. Then the Diva Bomb comes in. Oh, Ding actually dodges the Diva Bomb by swapping to Winston. Nice job there. Using that invulnerability time, right? From the Echo ultimate. Super sick. Not sure about jumping back when Winston ulting. But, sure. Then he's going to juggle. Animo, however, has his ult running. Oh, and Fearless gets sticky bombed. Nice shot from Sabiobi again. Really making this tracer work. And Lip's going to get focused down. He's able to TP out. Thank you for the follow, Milky Way. Diva Bomb comes out from Void. On the remix. So this fight's going pretty long right now. The space is still held by NYXL. Fight's going long. With some juggles and jumps do come out from Mono. Where you comes out with the EMP now. He only hits Ding, who was nanoed. And Lip actually kills Mono while all this is going on. And Lip now also has his EMP again. So even though he didn't do too well with the earlier one, he's farmed another one. He's hacking Mono, who slept in the spawn. Kind of an overextend from Mono. You'd rather just clean up point, I feel. Let's see how he got in that exact situation here. Oh, he's primaling the spawn. Okay. And then he just gets slept as he wants to go out. A little bit of an error. He's going to die to the hack. That also feeds Lip ult. And the rally comes out from Lee Jae-gon. So it looks like the dragons are going to clutch this. Which is crazy. Oh. Lip EMPs this time. Transcendence comes out from Jonak again. Counters Lip again. Maybe it's another sticky. But the spawns from Dragon should probably save this for them. Maybe not. And YXL's really cleaning up here. Rally comes out too from Animo. This fight's a mess. The Winston ult comes out. Void almost has another ult too. He's probably not going to get it before he gets Emic though. Oh, the Doomfist Ding comes back. The Ding Fist. Tries to go for Jonak in the backline here. Jonak's armor packed. Oh, kind of whiffs the rotation here. Gets chased. He's going to die to who are you. So the Ding Fist didn't work out too much. Lee Jae-gon now back on the Lucio. Also going to die. The Mei. Oh, but he gets booped off. But only a minute on the timer for NYXL and 5 minutes on the timer for Dragons. Just because Dragons got that EMP snowball in their attack, right? Good job on that hold from Dragons. I would say Volskaya is probably the hardest 2 CP map to hold second point on. So. You think about all the other ones, they're kind of stupid, right? Maybe Horizon is up there. With second point not being too hard to cap, but... And we have to kind of hope here for a 2-point snowball. So maybe this is where you pull out the Samra on their part 2. Because she is so good at snowballing. They're not going to go with the Orisa Hog again. Which is a good choice. Mono jumps in really early. Nice shift from Lee Jae-gon, who's been one of the best Prigs in the league. Because he plays so aggressive, but he always gets away with it somehow. Like even now, he's in a pretty aggro spot, right? Izayaki's going to back out with him. Going to go right into Mono. And Mono is going to end up dying. So Mono trying to take too much space too quickly, I think. Gets punished very hard. He's already low before he even walks in. He's only at 330 HP. Gets booped midair too, but I'm not sure what he's trying to do. Especially because he doesn't have the bubble even. Now he has the bubble, but Shanghai Dragons just collapse on him. Fearless also dies though, so trade there from Excelsior because everybody was chasing Mono. They're able to kill Fearless, especially with Discord Orb. Becomes good. And that's actually a pretty good trade for NYXL because Winston comes back faster here than the Reinhardt. Thing is orbed, he's playing really far back. And this is something that Jonak and Who Are You have kind of been looking for. they've been looking to orb Ding, but Ding's actually been looking pretty good, and like he can stay far away once he's orbed. Jonak is chunked to 1 HP by Lip. Does live though. 2 seconds left for NYXL. They're gonna have to start touching the point. Ooh, big gun. NYXL have actually created a lot of space for themselves here. And Fearless coming back on the Winston. Mono is also back. And Shanghai Dragons, because they had that trade earlier, right? Fearless died later, and the spawns are further. They kind of waited for Fearless. He is now back. Jonak already has Transcendence, so Jonak doing a good job farming that. Ding already has ult though, because he was able to chunk Mono for so much. And Lip almost has EMP too. So the like patient game here is really going in favor of Shanghai Dragons. Ding being able to farm that ult is massive, because theoretically, who are you should be able to farm it a little faster, right? But because Shanghai Dragons have that defense advantage, projectiles become really good, right? Because Ding can just sit back. He knows NYXL is going to have to come to point. These are chokes, so you can just kind of spam the chokes and get ult charge that way. And it's much harder for who are you to get the same amount of ult charge, right? Let's see. He's going to turn into Brig again. His own Brig's dead. He's now the substitute Brig. Ooh, nice job farming his ult quickly. He has 8 seconds left on his ult, right? And he got that really quick. So he's going to get like 8 seconds of rally uptime. Which the armor doesn't stay. But 8 seconds is a long time. Duplicating Mini Diva turns into Mechar Mini Diva. Pretty sure it turned you into Mini Diva. But yeah, nice hold there from the Shanghai Dragons. And they really got their pivotal ults up, you know? Excelsior also got their Echo and their Zen ult up, but EMP is just such a massive ult. NYXL being able to hold, or NYXL not being able to cap that point, is going to mean either a draw or a take here. A draw would be very hard, because then NYXL would have to hold for 5 minutes, which is unheard of. But it has happened before. Not gonna happen this time though. Sadly. Oh. Well, then it's definitely not gonna happen if Sabiobi dies like that. Jesus. This is the second time Sabiobi died at the start of the first point. That's rough. What is this character, dude? Look at this thing. Look at this character. Go to hit Sabiobi. And bop 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 bop. Sabiobi dies. Mono also gets chunked out. And Shanghai Dragons win the first of their free maps here. What was happening before is, especially on Eichenwald, Sabiobi was able to clutch a lot, and Lip wasn't able to do as much on the Sama. But now Lip is getting like really big impact EMPs, like especially on that second point Volskaya attack, being able to snowball that with EMPs like crazy. Okay, let's see here. So Excelsior is gonna go with their Orisa Hog comp again. which didn't work on Volskaya because Lip was just able to farm EMP off the Hog. So unless Hotba can get some really sick picks, I'm not sure if the Hog is that great of a pick. And if you're gonna play Orisa, why not play Orisa Sigma, right? Now I do think Dive is pretty good into Orisa Sigma, but the double shield does make more sense to me. Because I feel like Orisa shields is so squishy. Like no HP on it. Anyway, Appa going for a small flank, doesn't work out. Jagon stuns Who Are You early on. Confirms his high ground control. Oh, Fearless almost gets insta-killed, and there's no healing for him on this Dragon comp, like we've said before. So Fearless, again, kind of getting caught out. He did this before on Iconwall too, where he's trying to hold too much space. And yeah, gets shot. I'm not sure why he's over there. Maybe he's trying to use the health pack? Not sure. I feel like if he was just on a high ground where he can't get hooked, he's fine. Maybe trying to hide from the pole hook. Maybe he's too scared. Not sure, but he is going to end up dying because you can't matrix the Who Are You beam. Lip's gonna farm ult, but the whole team's gonna back up because Fearless is dead. What? Lip just randomly kills Jonak. What is happening? I take a sip of my coffee and this happens. There you go. Lee Jagon. The flanking brig. What is this man doing? What? He's so aggressive. He's jumping into the enemy team. Together with the Diva or together with Lip with the Sombra. And they're able to burst down Jonak together. Then they're also going to go for Animo. DJ Gun is going to die, but they do also kill Animo. And Lip's now 70% to ult. And they're able to hold this corner, which this corner is really good for the defense, right? Like if you're able to hold this corner, the enemy team has to push around it in full LOS, right? Like if you're over here, the enemy team has to be here to shoot you in this area. And then everybody can shoot you from everywhere, right? So it's very good to hold here. And what teams will typically do is go and take the high ground. But that takes a while. So that's why you want to hold this corner specifically a lot of the time. Oh, is on the Hog. Sabiobi got hacked by Lip. So Lip doing even more. Izayaki does die though, because Lee Jagon is not there. But the hack comes clutch. But really showing why there's so much Sombra being played in the Asian matches specifically. Oh, no, Lip, you're doing so good. Goes for the EMP. But oh no. Check, can I get an F for Lip? Tries to EMP. Hoppa shoots him in the face. He's also discorded. And with that increased EMP cast time, he is going to end up dying here. And he's also trying to solo EMP Hoppa, which I'm not sure about this. Ends up dying. Pretty bad play there from Lip. It's going to force Shanghai Dragons back. So now they've had Fearless die early. Now Lip dies early. This is not too great for Dragons so far. We do have the Diva Bomb. The Diva Bomb in general is pretty good against Orisa because once he places down that shield, she can't replace it anywhere. So you're going to get a lot of space with it. Oh, Fearless dies again? What is happening right now for the Shanghai Dragons? Ding is also dead? Didn't even see Ding die. He just dies. Oh, his health pack got stolen. Void stole the pack. He's like, screw you, Ding. Hoppa also dies. Bull comes out. And then Fearless walks in. Takes a bunch of poke. Okay. He doesn't have to contest cart yet, so I'm not sure why he was walking in. Gonna get the orb. Then he walks in more. Tries to bubble. Put Jonax right in his face. And he dies. Ooh. That is not good. Bomb comes out from Void, and as I said, they just broke the Orisa shield. This is really good. We're just gonna swap into Brigade again. Animo's gonna die. What? How does Animo die to the bomb? This last map is a clown fiesta so far. Oh, he's hacked. Okay, nice hack there from Lip. Somewhat able to redeem himself. Animo just barely doesn't get away. Donak takes the armor pack from him. Yelby sticks Lee J gone. Who are you? Showing off the Brigade mechanics. Shifts Ding off the map. Ding dies. Because he doesn't have flight, I guess? Yes. Oh my god, he just barely gets booped off the map. Jonak trances. Void is still contesting this card. Izayaki's going to Transcendence too. And this is good, I think, because these spawns are so damn close for the Shanghai Dragons, and they're really far away for Excelsior, and because Animo's dead especially, and I think Hoppa's still dead too. Freaking, yeah, Hoppa's still not here too. Shanghai Dragons could just win, especially if their Echo can find his way back. Use that Echo ult. Void does die because he gets blocked off by the shield. The Bongo comes out too from Mono. Void is still alive on Mini Diva now. Izayaki's gonna die to save Yolby, who is really trying. Probably this is going to be it. I don't think Ding comes back in time. And yes, that was it. Sabiobi did a nice job getting some assassinations there. Really pulling NYXL through the dough here. Another swap to Reinhardt here from Fearless. And I think this is just Dragons' reaction to this whole Orisa Hog comp. Just go Reinhardt. He has a massive shield. He can't get hooked. We'll have card pressure. Because what NYXL's kind of trying to do is to just set their Orisa Hog on point, force the Winston bubble, and then there's no one to contest. Pretty smart. But if you just have a Reinhardt, you can just sit on cart. Oh, and Ding kills everybody somehow. Animo comes in with the right click onto, or Ding comes with the right click onto Animo. Wow, he just kills him straight up. Then Jonak's already low, so he's also going to eat him. Yeah, Lip was a bait. Yeah, this really shows the strength of Echo. She has so much mobility. And her execute is just crazy. He kills free. Nice job from Ding. Big plays on the new character right here. D2. Wow, and Lip just assassinates Jonak. That should not be happening. Yeah, I think he just gets hit by one Zen left click. Doesn't get help. Animal probably didn't have any armor packs. Oh, he did. Oh, he doesn't have any armor packs, yeah. So he's trying to armor pack his front line. I think you always want to kind of keep one armor pack in case something like this happens. Yeah, Jonak does end up dying. That will force another reset from NYXL. Let's read some of chat. Do you have any general tips for how to play Zen Brig? Because I came like one season ago. And this support is kind of low healing, but still really strong. So I was wondering how to play as support then. I think Zen Brig is all about playing around your flankers and playing aggressive with the backline, right? You kind of play the Brig to pocket the Zen. So that the Zen can play more aggressive. And you can get aggressive discords. You can get like the armor packs onto your flankers, right? But generally what you want to do is just step one, as this specific comp that NYXO are running here, right? Because that's a more standard comp. You put your backline somewhere aggressive, right? So they were trying to put them on high ground earlier. And then you discord something, and then you go in with the tanks, right? You can't take too much space with the tanks because you have so little tank healing. But you have to take space with the DPS. Is the general gist of it. I can't go too much in detail because we are trying to VOD review this game. But, yes. He ends up killing Mono too. This is all because Jonak's dead. Let's see here. We've got Shanghai Dragons who have a bunch of ults, right? They have 4 or 5 ults. NYXL is also coming up on a bunch of ults, but they just swapped their tank lineup from the Orisa Hog because Fearless has swapped a Reinhardt to the Winston Diva. And thank you for the follow, ShotSpy. Did Mono jump into a wall? Well, let's see. Oh, he is in a very awkward spot right now. There's no bubble. Oh, no, he gets booped. He gets booped by Lee Jae Gon, who has been phenomenal on the Brig. Flipperino, if you have time, and you want to learn Brig, just sit back and learn from Lee Jae Gon. He's really good. He's really aggressive. He hits all the shifts properly. So yes. Already, because generally if I play Brig, we always have an Ana or Moira or Mercy. I think Brig is best with like Zen. Sometimes you can have Lucio too, but Brig is pretty high healing if you can play aggressive. Okay. Let's watch some of Echo gameplay. We've got Ding with the ult. Dragons, again, because they're getting so many picks in these fights, they just have a bunch of ults here. They're on the Reinhardt. Maybe not the greatest pick, but obviously it was the counter to the Orisa for them. So oh, Dingus, who are you? Like, this bridge is so hard to get over, right? Because it's so open. And if you don't have tank healing, and the enemy team just spams your tanks while you're walking over a bridge, right? Like, Mano and Hatba are really hard to heal. So whenever you walk over, you have to give like all your armor packs to your front line. Which is not what you want to do with this comp. So yeah, you'll see how much of a hard time the NYXL have here crossing, which makes a lot of sense. Like, who are you dies here? Mano and Hoppa get in, but who are you's already dead. EMP comes out from Lip. Transcendence comes out. Nice job from Jonak to Transcendence the EMP again. Mano ends up dying before the Transcendence gets to him though. That is a rough fight because even though Lip EMP'd, NYXL used both the support ultimates. I mean, these guys practice every day, and I'm like 4.2. That's good SR. It's like top 500 right now. Giving Echo armor pack is quite useful. Yes, definitely. Especially if the Echo is playing aggressive or taking duels against the enemy Echo. I think it's very good to give them the armor pack. And so again, Dragons win the fight. They didn't use too many ults. And this bridge is just brutal right now for NYXL. The goal is to kind of get under the enemy team, right? Because rotating into the high ground here with a Rhine on it is pretty bad. So you want to kind of play under, push the cart maybe. Maybe they could even send Sabiobi the cart, which they're doing right now, but Lip's dueling him. So yes. Mano is going to go help out Sabiobi, but good armor packs on Lip. Well, maybe could have kept pushing there even. And Jonax is getting focused down so hard here because Izuyaki's just up here on the high ground with a shield in front of him. No shield in front of Jonak. Makes it so he has to hide. Or you swaps the Diva. He's done with this shenanigans. Going to try to in. Lip dies in the back meanwhile. I guess he got stunned. Let's watch that real quick. Doing an inside analysis here of what's happening. I imagine Lip's finally even shut down. Oh, no, he just gets shifted on by Animo. But even though the fight wasn't looking too good at the start there for NYXL, they have done good. Has Ding swapped over to DPS? No, I think Ding has been swapping over to mainly Brig, sometimes Winston, once or twice Diva. But DPS swaps in general aren't that good. I think he swapped over to Tracer once. That was because he couldn't find anyone else. But generally when you swap with the ult from Echo, everybody will focus you because they don't want you farming multiple ults, right? And DPS die pretty quickly. So I'm not sure if swapping to DPS are too good. I think swapping to tanks or Brig is probably best. Brig because of the armor packs, tanks because of the survivability. It's the general consensus right now. For me at least. Okay. Ding is now swapped over to Diva. Diva's a pretty good swap too. She farmed her ult really quickly. Oh, you mean Fingers in his role in the team? Wasn't Ding always a DPS player? Okay, he's going to swap over to Diva. Pops out the Diva bomb. Plops it on the point. Doesn't do too much. Oh, get me out of this bug. Okay. But that's okay. This is another great space to hold for the defense, right? Especially because the backline for Dragon has been free. Finally, though, NYXL's made it over the bridge. They had to use the Echo Ult to do it, but good job by them. And then Obi ends up dying. Because Lip died, he's now back. And Lip probably using the LOS trick here onto Obi. Yeah, so what you want to do as Sombra, right, is use the LOS trick to not have your voice line heard. So what Lip always does is he goes behind cover, then he unstelves, and then he comes out of cover and starts to hack, right? Because otherwise, you can like hear where the Sombra uncloaks. But doing it behind LOS works really good. So Obi is going to get hacked here. He does end up dying. Nice hack there from Lip. Izayaki also dies to Who Are You, though. Data comes out, doesn't hit anybody. Fight's messy. Backline's dead for Dragons, though, which is probably better than DPS being dead. Because Jonak's such a hard carry. Like Zen in general is a hard carry, but Jonak in particular does a lot. Mono swaps to the ult. And yes, NYXO's going to win another fight. Yeah. They've struggled on the second point, but now they finally found their stride. Getting to touch the point. Fearless is swapping over to the Winston. Lip almost has EMP. So Void can stall as long as he did on the first point again. It's going to be really good. He does have Diva Bomb. Izayaki comes out with Trance to touch. That's going to let Shanghai Dragons all regroup. That's really sick. See if NYXL is 6 people here. So Voids or Hot Buzz Bombing. Maybe it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So yes, NYXO is also 6. So it's a 6v6 right now. Hop over a really aggressive bomb, which is good on a point like this. Except Winston still has bubble, so he's going to be able to contest. Bomb did create a lot of space here though for NYXL. We're playing generally pretty passive right now because they're down on ults, right? They don't have that much anymore. They only have the Transcendence, and they know that Lip has EMP. So Jonak has to play safe, which he is doing. He's going to try and transcend the EMP again, which he's been really good at, so far at least. Void throws out bomb. EMP comes out, and again, Jonak trances it. But Who Are You dies before anything even happens there. But good Transcendence from Jonak. Really good preemptive positioning, right, from the whole team of the NYXL. Do not get caught by that. But Dragons still have the Brig ult, and they're already 1 up right now. Let's actually rewatch how Ding ended up killing Who Are You here. They're doing some epic sky battles right now. Holy shit, they're in Africa. Yeah, I think Ding just gets a little bit more resources, maybe. So he finds Who Are You behind his team. Hits a shot, hits 2 shots. He has Orb. Who Are You doesn't have Orb, right? That's a big deal in the 1v1. And Who Are You gets close to 50% HP. So Ding pulls out the laser of death and kills him. Auto ends up going low. Shanghai Dragons is going to get all the space. NYXL now have to touch. They waited for Who Are You a little bit though. He is back. Maybe he could have flown over the side here, but again, this is good. NYXL still 0 ult Andes, and Ding did farm his Echo ult. Let's watch that. Sabiobi gets a touch. He has to recall though. Oh, almost C9, but they end up touching again. But because of the need to touch, NYXL don't really get to set up anything. And they're just gonna die really fast. Hoppa didn't have mech yet either. Ding swaps the Tracer. Boom. Good hold there from the Dragons on second point. Even though the first point was a little bit of a mess for them, like Fearless died randomly twice, and I think Ding got picked too. They really, you know, retook it after they had swapped to the Reinhardt for Fearless. Held second point there. Good job. Wow, that bridge is really hard if you don't have a shield tank, right? Like, Orisa only has 600 shield too, but if you have to walk all the way over this bridge and the enemy team is sitting in these halls, spamming you from cover, while you have no cover, that's rough. Especially with a Discord on you. So yes, we continue. Again, same matchup, so we won't talk about the matchup too much. Attack comes in for Dragons. And again, I feel like if the Dragon win these like no ult fights, that's really good for them because EMP is such a strong ult that if you can, you know, win neutral fights, which are fights without ults, and you can then win the next fight with EMP, you're really good. But if the Tracer can like win fights where no ults are available, then maybe the Sombra isn't as good, you know? But I think Lip's been doing a great job, like using the Sombra and getting those EMPs. NYXL is going to give up this first corner space, which is fair, right? Most teams will take this first fight early on the corner, because it is such a good corner, and then second fight around this area, right here. That is exactly what the NYXL is going to do. Jonak gets picked though. That is very rough. And let's highlight some more of the Echo play. I think in general, Ding's really becoming into his own on the Echo during this series. Yeah, look at that execute. It's just so disgusting. Jonak a little bit of an overextend. And once you go under 50% HP, the execute comes out. It's crazy damage. Animo gets hacked. Fearless goes for him, but Fearless is gonna die. A little bit of an overextend from Fearless. They probably should have just been focusing cart. Keep watching the Echo gameplay here from Ding. Oh, he almost kills Who Are You, but just barely doesn't get it with the flight. Sabiobi ends up dying. At this point, Shanghai's just rolling through. They're just getting picks. That is the worst way to lose because, again, if they win the neutral fights and then they start rolling with EMP, it's just really hard to win for Excelsior. Excelsior really have to like shine when there's no EMP up yet. Oh, Stir is now rating you with 2 others. Thank you so much, Stir. Hope you had a good stream, my friend. We are looking at the Dragons against NYXL here. And Dragons is just rolling this map right now. NYXL getting picked a lot, but Ding really showing the strengths of the Echo pick here and finishing up a lot of kills on the side of the NYXL. You were told to say Fukasaurus. That's fair. That's fair. I'll take that. Hello, Bree. We fed and won and fed some more. So you fed, then won, then lost? Or did you just feed and win? The balance. I was feeding and winning yesterday. So. Keep watching this Ding gameplay. It's enjoyable. Shanghai Dragons is rolling right now. They again didn't have to use any ults that fight. Because NYXL got late picked so much. You inted on Echo? Oof. Nathan on Echo shivers. Yeah. Why does it keep putting me in Africa? Anyway. So, or Shanghai Dragons is pushing the cart. Sabiel be just now respawning. Coming back. So NYXL should play safe. Lip is coming in for flank. He's just farming ult. Mono's already had to use his bubble, and he's low HP. And again, it's hard to heal up tanks, right, with this comp. Lip's gonna have to TP out. Fine. NYXL going for the late contest here. Mono doesn't have bubble. Oh, and then they don't contest. Ooh, that's a C9.5. Because Mono doesn't have bubble, he's scared to contest. Papa's gonna go in for the contest, but he gets booped away by Lee Jae Gon. And yeah. The Shanghai Dragons just get this point gifted on a silver platter for them. That is very rough. Because they didn't have to use any ults this whole first point. They're now going to start snowballing with the EMP, which they're about to farm. And NYXL still taking this fight, even though the point is already capped. Fearless dies. Animo dies to the laser of death. Sibiobi also going to die. This character's so mobile. He can go anywhere. But yeah, it's basically one fight range at this point for NYXL. And if you look at the ult situation, Shanghai Dragons almost 6 ults up. Excelsior only 5 ults up, right? But EMP is such a high impact ult in my opinion that if you can like force the transcendence from the enemy team with your EMP, right? And then transcend later on your side, you're likely to win the fight. That's the way it is. So yes, Mono jumping in very, very aggressively. Also, Rally comes out from both sides. If they're able to force Izayaki transcendence here, that'd be insane. Ooh. Izayaki does transcendence. EMP comes out. 5-man EMP. But Jonak gets the later transcendence here. So really good job from Jonak to not get hit by that again. Really knows how to play around this summon. That's that experience that he has. But NYXL actually, even though they had the old disadvantage here, playing the start of this fight very, very good. Yeah, dodges the EMP. Transcendence is in. This whole team's EMP'd. Sabiobi ends up dying though. That is very bad. Does get everyone with the transcendence. This Sabiobi barely dies. Watch that. That's game changing. He's also trying to kill the Zenyatta. Gets EMP'd, not able to recall. Oh, and he just barely doesn't get the Transcendence aura and ends up dying. That is rough. Like, so we'll end up grouping back up. Or Yu's gonna change into Brig now. Thing hasn't used his ult at all yet. Diva Bomb comes out too from NYXL. So they've used all their ults now early in the fight. They're probably going to win this. Oh, Jonak dies. Where Yu hasn't built his ult. So he's not going to get the armor. Guess no big deal. Wow. The Dragons, though, are able to just eliminate the NYXL backline. Go back and watch what happened on that side of the fight. That's crazy. Right, Jonak gets his Transcendence. And Lip is on the high ground. They're also beaming Jonak from the back and discorded him. They're trying to save Jonak here, but the focus from Ding, Fearless, and Void too strong. And then once Jonak's dead, Black healing on your Brig, right? Brig does really low self healing right now, and Animo also gets hacked. Yeah, Animo is also gonna die, and I think who are you kind of overextended right there, going too far, too deep. Want to stay more of your backline on that Brig pick. If you're going to turn into the Brig. Otherwise, you might as well turn into Winston, right? Ding ends up getting ult. They also kill Hoppa. Is Void gonna live here? Oh my... Okay. Void does die. So, the Dragons or the NYXL do have some sort of chance to retake here. Or it's just the DPS and the supports here. No tanks to touch the cart. They died really late. Mono is gonna come back in. Sabiobi touching. Sabiobi stunned. And Animo now touching. He's gonna get out. So nice job there to touch just a little bit. Who are you trying to fight with Izayaki? But Izayaki's getting the better of him. And just the struggle to touch here from NYXL is like really rough, right? Because Sabiobi's dead. They'd rather back out and just give a little bit of space, but they can't. They have to keep touching point. Oh. And then Lip EMPs, and that will seal the deal because he does hit Jonak this time. No ults anymore from NYXL. And wow, that first point was like a train wreck for NYXL. They got picked, then they C9, and then second point, you know. It was closer, but geez, that was a roll. They're gonna stay on Ashe. Interesting. So again, the same team comps. Both teams are on Ashe though, which I think is because this map is so big. Right? There's really long sight lines on this map. And normally you'd play Widow here, but Widow Kree is banned this week. So Ashe is like a logical second. I think Ashe is also very good against the Echo, because I believe if you Discord Echo and you headshot her, you can one-shot her. So yes, I think Ashe, very interesting pick. I think Echo is just so good right now that maybe Echo Ashe makes more sense, where you normally maybe play Echo Widow. But since Sabiobi's been doing really good on Tracer, keeping him on that is really good too. Also, Libero's back in, who's been out all series basically after that first KOTH they won. For who are you? And Libero does not seem to be their Echo player, right? So maybe they're deliberately keeping him off the Echo because they can play Mei on like Mecha Base and stuff. We shall see. But apparently this is a roll, this whole map. So let's see how the Shanghai Dragons get to roll the NYXL here. King goes up early. Bait's mono in kind of. That is very good. And you have to remember that because these two comps, the Dragon's comp is a lot slower because they have the Echo and the Ash. So lots more poke damage than the NYXL. So if the NYXL don't set up dives and win fights quickly, they are likely to lose these fights. And mono already having to use bubble for basically nothing is very, very rough. Okay, so now mono's gonna dive in. Oh, he's going to get blocked by the roof though. Shanghai is probably going to cap this point because of that. That's rough because as I said, if these fights go long, then Dragons is likely to win, right? Unless Sabiobi can like win a duel against the DPS on an off angle. But he's just shooting tanks for now. Mono ends up dying. And Shanghai Dragon is just going to win this fight. Not really a good dive setup there from NYXL. Where I think it should be very doable for Sabiobi to try and duel Lip, right? Or Ding. I guess Ding is in the air all the time, so you can't really duel him. But especially Lip could be flanked by Sabiobi. So let's kind of watch him this fight because he has the armor packs. He can set up stuff, you know. He's just shooting tanks on point for now. Which can also be viable, right? Just shooting the Discord and farming your pulse bomb. But in this case, the Ash does a lot. Ding does end up dying on the back end of that fight from Jonak. But at this point, the Shanghai Dragons have already won this fight, right? Lee Jaegon actually ended up building 90% the ult in that fight. And I strongly suggest if anybody like really wants to learn Brig and be good at Brig, Lee Jaegon is like one of the top Brigs for me right now. He's so good at playing aggressive while also not dying. Very surprising. Lee Jaegon pops his ult because he farmed it so quickly. Able to go in with it. And again, every time you get that rally, you can go mega aggro as a whole team because of that armor you get. Armor is especially good against characters like Tracer, right? Ding ends up dying to Libero though. And Lee Jaegon also ends up dying, so oof, not a good start of this fight, in particular for the Shanghai Dragons. Jonak ends up trancing the Lee Jaegon engage. He ends up dying, but let's see how Libero actually ends up killing Ding. Pops in. Oh, yeah, this hits nice shots on him, and Ding is kind of with the team, but not in the cover. Libero is able to assassinate him. And Lee Jaegon is kind of the only one going really aggressive because Fearless's bubble is placed very defensively. Nice sentences from both teams. Fearless also ults. Oh, he has the opportunity to get some oops off the map here. See if he can edge guard Libero here. Libero is going to get environmentally killed. Nice job by Fearless there. Good Primal Rage. But this fight's probably still going to be lost because of the rally on Animo's side. Good stall though. And it's already 70% here for Shanghai. Now the good thing here for NYXL is I actually didn't use a whole lot of ults. They only used... Wow, they only used their 2 support ults to win this fight. So they still have both tank ults and Bob and Tracer ult, which both aren't very good. Dragons is coming up on the Echo ult though, and Echo ult's really, really good. But still, 4 ults for NYXL. Oh, Jonak gets picked pre-fight though. In a fight that NYXL should really be winning in my opinion. Because they have such a big ult advantage. Getting picked like that. Very rough. Man. Oh wow. So the picks that Jonak normally gets kind of gets picked over here. There you go. So first, Lip gets a nice headshot, and then through the cracks here of the kind of bongo thing, Izayaki is able to kill Jonak. Nice right click from him. Pierces the needle on that. And then NYXL now have to play safe, right? They bob out. Bob's gonna do something, I guess. Oh, bubble onto Bob. Bomb also onto Bob. Lip gets pulse bombed. So all the ults coming out from NYXL right now. See, Mono also uses his ult. Adamo is dead, so he probably should. Yeah, he does. And after that, NYXL probably win this fight, but they used all their ults. And they're still only at like 40-50%, right? On the retake here. He ends up dying too. I think now is his ult. Oh. Oh my god, Mono ends up dying. Oh my god. What happens to Mono? Wait, Mono's going way too deep. He's trying to kill Lip, but his whole team is pretty far back. I guess Sabiobi's right here. Just doesn't have the bubble. If you don't have bubble, I think you have to play way more safe as Winston. Sabiobi goes in, or Mono goes in, almost kills Lip. But even if that's a trade, that's still bad for NYXL, I feel. Because you get back faster when you're right here, right? Just overextend right there from Mono. That gets just Dragons to the point right now. Again, Excelsior starting to fight 1 down. Second time in a row, but this time they don't have 4 ults to clutch it out for them. Let's see if Ding uses his ult at all here. Yeah, he does turn into Diva. I think it's a very good transformation. He farmed that Diva ult so quick. He's already at 70%. Oh, and then he is going to also fly into Libero. Kill Libero too. Not even have to use the ult. Anyway, so he's now up to 77%. So if they can stage a retake, that'd be super good. But if you look at the ultimates, is that realistically going to happen? No. Because Jonak even used his ult at the end of this fight, I guess. Or at the start of this fight, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, he does use the Transcendence, but at that point Mono's still dead. They're not really able to engage on it. Does save? Oh, it doesn't even save Sabiobi with it. So There you go, that Echo really popping off. Then there's just one more fight, but if you just look at the ult bank, right, is NYXL realistically going to win this? Answer no. There's so many ults on the side of dragons. So unless dragons fuck up massively and they get like picked pre-fight, this is not a fight they should lose. Jagon goes in. But because of all the ults on the Shanghai Dragons, there's no way they win this fight. Also, NYX have to like sweat the touch right. And they're just getting cleaned up. Oh, Libero does get a nice headshot onto Lee Jagon through the Baptiste ult. Who was ulting. And Dragons do end up winning this fight. Okay. So pretty dominant map for the Dragons. And I'm just a fan of Echo in any dive comp right now. Like if you're running Zenbreak backline, I don't think you should not run an Echo.